All right, Brett. Now remember, if you're going to complain about my tone, just remember this is a man's world, and while I am not a man,
You just kind of like owned yourself right off the bat.
You would think the Daily Wire would learn and stop hiring women.
They usually go for attractive women who say dumb shit. Pearl's halfway there.
The male podcasting space is dominating right now.
Now she's saying the male podcasting space is dominating. Brett, you took someone's job at the Daily Wire that would have been a guy.
She's taken DEI to a whole new fucking level.
Brett, she's cute, right? But I would say facially 5'4".
You're gonna judge Brett Cooper? What commentary do I even need to give?
Brett's crash out. From my point of view, how dare you complain about anything? Yeah, you quit a job and they gave it to your friend. That's life. No men would crash out over that. They would say, good luck with the opportunity.
What we're hearing here the entire way through is that she just wishes that she was able to get Brett Cooper's job.
So if you want to listen to the entire thing, we'll have it linked below.
All right, I'm done with this.
She's
I
such a
demand
baby.
a super chat right now.
Just to be absolutely clear, Pearl just watched this video, said whatever men wanted to hear to make them feel good, and is now demanding money. I want you to explain to me why that doesn't make her the same as an OnlyFans girl. All right, guys, time for some red pill slop. It's been a little while, actually. All I know is Pearl Davis called out Brett Cooper. I don't know why I call her Brent. So I guess we'll play a girls game while we play. While we watch this. But yeah, it looks like it starts at about 12 minutes. The first 10 minutes is Pearl Davis playing piano, looking for a husband. I'll give you guys a little watch. It's so beautiful.
I always thought I couldn't be,
Wow.
but at least that's what I...
That's so boring. Holy fuck.
That was kind of the thought. When I tell you what I wrote.
Yeah, okay, I can't get through it. I can't show it to you because it's so fucking cringe. I listened to it as I was getting on, but sorry. Anyway, let's watch it. Brett Cooper made a video about how it says why women don't want to date red pill men. It's not really, yeah, that makes sense. Why would you want to date a guy that's full of a victim complex? Like dating a feminist girl. Let's be fucking real. I'm not saying feminism or male advocacy is bad, but like, if, you know, some of these people are fucking cringe. Also, Andrew Tate, kind of a sex trafficker, huh? Although I'm not sure, JD Vance is much better. But anyway, let's see Pearl's commentary on it. She had a fucking meltdown.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Brett Cooper today. Now, as I've said,
We're gonna watch it slower than that, though. Don't even worry about it, guys.
conservative women like to signal that they're different or special. And the
Yeah.
problem is they're exactly the same. They will always revert to feminist talking points.
They do be women, guys.
It's because at the end of the day, and you got to ask yourself this. Brett Cooper, when her back was against the wall and she got fired from the Daily Wire, did she option A? Did she option A? She could have option A, said, okay, we're going our separate ways. Did she, option B, do a full crash out? Or option C, option B is going online and talking bad about her employer? Didn't do that.
I feel like she didn't really say too much about it. She kept it pretty professional, though.
But I would say what she did was actually worse.
Oh,
I would say it was worse
why?
in the simple audience. Not you guys. You guys are red-pilled here, but they didn't pick up on it. Is that
Oh, yeah. Why? Because they're dumb?
she played the victim and the hero at the same time while pretending, made a whole media storm out of it.
Didn't, like, other people make up some weird conspiracies? And then she just kind of stayed quiet. I feel like it wasn't really that deep.
Played the victim, played innocent, while she's making millions of dollars talking for a living. I just couldn't believe
Crazy.
it. I mean, this company gave her everything. Do you know how expensive it is to make a movie for her?
I mean, she doesn't have to stay with the company if she doesn't like it.
Do you know how expensive the lack of gratitude with women? I just can't. I can't. And I really was disappointed in her with that situation. You know, as someone, I've enjoyed her content in the past.
I feel like I doubt that. You know, it's like one of the things people will be like, oh, I really enjoyed their content. I really like their content, so I'm warming up, guys, so much. And then it's like, turns out they never really cared that much about it.
I like her takes on some stuff, but it's just very obvious that, you know, because all these girls, what happens is they're always magically feminist in college. And then right when they get famous, they're magically, like, do you know what it's like? Like she said she was pro-choice in college, right?
Oh, man. God forbid someone's pro-choice. Can't be conservative if you're pro-choice, right?
And I'm thinking, so magically when you get famous and rich off of being conservative, and Candace Owens, it was the same thing.
Wasn't she like a lot of other conservatives where they're like actresses or actors and they fail, so they so they start making political content?
No, she sued. I had no idea. I guess she sued her high school, and this is alleged. I know I'm butchering this story, so
maybe you shouldn't say it then.
But
Okay.
I know it was something with her suing her high school for like a hate crime or something. And the way she told the story, Candace, I thought she wasn't involved, but she got like
What's weird is that you said you're a big fan of her and you can't even recount the story.
$100K from doing it. I'd have to look it up again. But you guys get, my point is this, it's always magic.
I don't get what your point is. I mean, I don't know about it either, but I'm not sitting here saying I used to love her content. What? You said you liked her content, you completely mischaracterizing it by your own admission.
After they're rich and famous.
Okay.
So now Brett Cooper is going after red pill men. She's saying that people don't want to date, why women don't want to date red pill men.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you how even quote unquote conservative women will always revert back to feminism. Always, because when their back is against a wall, they always have got to pick the victim card. So,
well, when their back is against the wall, it's probably a red pill guy putting him there because, you know, they're disgusting degenerates. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If you're a red pill, you're a fucking loser. Dude, you're just a fucking loser, man. A red pill is like loser shit. It's a victim complex for men. That's all it is. That's literally all it is. Why would you want to be with somebody who doesn't respect women? That's it. Your fucking top guy is a sex trafficking rapist who admitted to fucking grooming a 15-year-old girl. I don't understand. Like, it's just so fucking stupid. These people are so dumb.
Remember at the Daily Wire, she felt like her back was up against the wall.
Whoa.
She sent all of her followers after her friend. Let's just call a spade here.
I don't know
Candace
what you're
Owens
talking
did you would think, you know what's so funny? You would think the Daily Wire would learn and stop hiring women.
Oh,
but they
so
doubled down. They hired
based.
2 women. I'm like, if you guys learned nothing.
Damn. You know that Pearl would have taken a fucking Daily Wire invite on a heartbeat. The problem is that she's just not it. You know, she's not it. If you understand what I'm saying, I don't know. You know, they usually go for attractive women who say dumb shit. Pearl's halfway there, so.
So what'll always happen is they'll say, "Oh, I'm traditional," and they'll use their families to build their brand and still nag and shame men. And we got to remember.
What does nag and shame men mean?
Can I do the whiteboard? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do the whiteboard first.
Yeah, do it. Go ahead.
Just
fantastic. Great. I love this type of content.
Just to remind you guys.
All right, whiteboard. It's an interesting side profile. I'm ready for it, Pearl. Remind me, girl. Girly pop.
Now, if you're a true conservative woman, not me. But I'm just saying, like, if you truly are what you say you are, you know, I would never think, you know, I can aspire to live.
I'm starting to not know.
You know, to do the best I can, but I by no means am under the illusion,
you know,
that I am traditional, right? But this would be the natural order of the world if you fall under this viewpoint, right? God, man, women, children.
Wow, that's so cool. Where's your husband? Isn't Pearl like 30 years old? I don't understand. You're a fucking grown-ass woman and you still don't have a husband. It's kind of weird that you would be saying all these things. I don't understand. How old is she? She's like 30, I feel like. I'm fucking, there's 28. Dude, where's your husband?
So if you believe in this natural order, you believe you are below men. All men.
Whoa.
Yep. And that's always what women miss.
Thanks for confirming what we knew and why we didn't like this dumbass shit.
They always want to make it subjective, right? They want it to be, well, I can't submit to all men. And I'm like, I mean, you kind of are supposed to some extent. Like, there's a baseline natural respect you're supposed to, and authority you're actually supposed to give men just because they're men. They don't like that one. They don't like.
Why would they like that one? I don't understand.
And maybe I'm not the one to be saying this, you know. I can be a bitch, right? So maybe I'm not the one to say this, but you'll notice the tone that conservative women use towards men is as if they are here. Like, what authority do you have as a woman to say that these men hate women? Do you know?
This is her whole intro, is to talk about how women are stinky. This is so fucking cringe. It's not even, she's not even trying to hide it anymore. I guess the only audience she has left are like the real, like, just dog shit fucking like men that hate women and want because she just said it before. They want to be above a woman regardless of whether they deserve it or not. You know, it's just like, yeah, you're always supposed to be above a woman. Like a woman with a PhD is less than a drunk guy, I guess. It's just so silly. What the fuck?
You know what I mean? It's kind of like
I don't know. What is it kind of like?
What authority as a woman? Like, imagine if you think you're below men.
Okay.
Then you're not nagging them. You're not telling them what to do. You know, you're taking orders in general.
What's so funny is that, like, dude, have you ever been a boss before? Like, I thought you had been, but I mean, you had to fire all your people because you lost all your money. But even if this was true, that women were always beneath men, you still, like, and you're going to compare it to a job. When I was a fucking manager, everybody bitched and moaned all the time to me. What are you talking about? Because what people did, they just complained about everything all the time. This is not like some magical thing. Like, it's like, oh, you're below men and you're still nagging them? Yeah, that would be how it would work still. Yes. Okay.
Obviously, you're not going to do that with, like, the homeless guy on the street. I understand. We
Why?
can use extreme examples, but I would say, you know, most men that are participating in normal society and not, you know, being criminals or whatever, you're supposed to...
Homeless people are criminals now. Okay, crazy.
Baseline respect is supposed to be given if you believe in that worldview.
No, I don't. I'm not stupid.
You know, I mean, it's kind of like when you get that Southern belle and she just goes up to the men and it's very sweet and charming and she's like, yes, sir, can I help you, sir? You know, because she's issuing that...
To the men? These are just basic politeness. It's nothing to do with men, women. What?
Respect. Oh, can I get you something? Can I do this? She doesn't say... Well,
why do you talk so much if you think that this is how women should act?
Oh, you hate women. Nah, 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 nah. Or she doesn't say, it's like when women say what men should do. Like, imagine, these are your two choices as a man.
What?
Now, mind you probably have zero of these choices. Well, I just did this fantasy world. Option one is woman who says, you should do this, you should do that, you should do that. Well, and you know, you see Brett Cooper, she always goes back to, and this is all women pretty much, unless they're like, I don't know. I think I've maybe met one woman ever.
Wow, you've only met one woman? That's fucking crazy. I figured you would have had more female friends.
Maybe. That has this attitude. So, and she had to be humbled by life. Usually the way women get this attitude is humbling. Usually our life delivers us an L because when we're young, we're treated as if we're here. So Brett always goes back to the egalitarian model, which is as if she has the right as a woman. And if anything, even the above model, which is as if she has the right as a woman to tell men anything. Okay, I think that's all I got right now for this. But I want to can I keep this up? Because I want to go back to showing this is how it's supposed to be. This is what the ideal is supposed to be, all right? I can just set this there. Okay, so...
Appreciate the education, Pro. Really helpful for me. Now I know how to abuse my wife. Thank you so much.
Damn. All right, Brett. Now remember, if you're going to complain about my tone, just remember, this is a man's world, and while I am not a man...
You're gonna complain about my tone. Just remember, this is a man's world, and I'm not a man. Wow, you just kind of like owned yourself right off the bat there, huh?
If you enter a man's world, you get treated like a man.
Wow.
I don't complain. Yeah,
you constantly complain. What are you talking about?
You know,
okay,
this just is what it is. All right, let's go. Like,
wow, she really botched that. She just rambled. She had no idea what to say.
Has shamed a whole generation.
She didn't even start at the beginning. She skipped the first 2 minutes of the fucking thing. What the fuck? Why did she do that? She's on like 2.5 minutes. Let's watch the first 2.5 minutes of her video, I guess.
Feminism, toxic masculinity, red pill bros. How on earth are people supposed to find a partner and find love in this insane dating landscape? I've talked about this a lot.
Crumpled paper. That was weird.
We have talked about the Gen Z mental health crisis, which in my opinion is just a loneliness epidemic. We are so lonely.
I mean, probably, maybe.
We have literally been dubbed the loneliest generation. I know that we're trying to work on that, obviously. But even though that loneliness has been fostered through social media and COVID and all of these things, I think that the dating divide and the ideological divide has played a huge role. Wendy Walsh, who is a psychology professor at California State University, Channel Islands, and an ambassador for datingadvice.com, told Newsweek recently that, quote, in the last few years, males have become increasingly conservative, and the most liberal and progressive group in America is young females. The political polarization...
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because it's all online shit. It's like all online radicalization of different people. If you're online and you're a woman, you're told that you're like the ultimate, you're told that you're like the ultimate victim and that men are always going to harm you no matter what. And this is these are extremes, but this is kind of what the message is indicating to you, and it's a scary thought. And if you're a man, you're told that, like, you know, well, you're exposed to really funny, edgy memes that kind of radicalizes you and says that, like, women are fucking less than and they should be subservient to you regardless of anything else. And then you guys just divide each other, okay? Or you're a gay guy and you also do girl stuff, I guess. That's it. That's like pretty much your options there. That's what's going on here. I mean, people are very terminally online. They're not really interacting with each other meaningfully offline. People aren't really working as much, and when they are, they're doing more isolated work. There's fewer people at work, partially because of technology and all these other factors. I mean, there's so many different fucking things that's keeping people so terminally the fuck online. It's actually insane.
Is already creating problems in the dating scene. People in their 20s are either not dating at all or competing for a very small group of people who match their political views. And guys, as I am sure you are well aware by just being young people and humans in this weird culture, I'm sure you are aware that this divide did not happen overnight. And so we need to look back over the political landscape in the 21st century to see how we got here. And
the internet. We have to just figure out how to use the internet better. And that's really what it comes out to.
Most importantly, what solutions we can employ to actually fix the situation. But before we do, make sure that you like this episode and subscribe to our channel if you have not already. And of course, ring that notification bell to make sure that you stay up to date on every single one of our uploads. And if you want updates on all things Brett Cooper and live events and fun things that we're doing, make sure to check out brettcooper.com.
I wonder why Pearl decided to skip this.
Now, back to the show. I think that the easiest place that we can start is with men. And we talk about this all the time. I have been talking about this basically as long as I have been on the internet. And anyone who follows politics even remotely can see the way and understand the way that our culture has alienated men massively over the last decade to 25 years or so.
I just don't think that they've alienated anything. I feel like what's alienated men is that they've been playing fucking video games online, and like they don't feel the need to leave their fucking house. I feel like that's a part of it. I don't think it's that fucking deep where it's like this huge thing. I don't think it's this like huge thing where like, oh, men have been so alienated. I feel like, you know, the hobbies that men gravitate towards now are alienating, and you alienate yourself almost. It's just unfortunate, you know?
And most recently, in my opinion, it has been the Me Too movement and the lasting impacts of that really unfairly generalized men as predators, which led to massive, massive reputational damage.
Sometimes that can be true, but also I think that a lot of that came out of the whole Harvey Weinstein thing. It's like the Me Too movement was good, and some people grabbed that and took it too far, you know? Innocent
until proven guilty was basically thrown out in the courts of social media, in the actual courts of law. Like, that has just not been a thing anymore. There was and still is this attack on toxic masculinity, which stereotyped, you know, normal male traits like stoicism or assertiveness as being inherently harmful, and they
well, maybe I think stoicism can be good in it can be good in small doses. It really depends on how you kind of operate it. You know, if you always keep everything to yourself, obviously that's going to be toxic, considered some kind of toxic masculinity. But if you're able to like keep it together when you need to keep it together, and then express that healthfully or in a healthy way to somebody that you trust, then you're obviously going to have a much better interaction with life.
They even went so far as to say that things like football and hunting and just like normal male hobbies were actually very toxic and were hurting America and were
I don't know who the fuck ever said any of those things, but okay.
Oppressing women. Women would say, F the patriarchy. We want to stamp out the patriarchy. You literally have women who say, I'm a lesbian because I don't need men. I don't want
I haven't really heard of these things. I feel like these are huge outliers. Oh, we got victim complex versus victim complex here. Brett Cooper versus fucking Pearl Davis. This is fucking ridiculous.
Men, I could literally survive without them. We don't need them as a society. And all of this is
bro, these people are so terminally online. You don't even where do you fucking people hear this shit? Get a job. Holy fuck.
Been the MO for years now, and therefore society has shamed a whole generation of young men into thinking that they are inherently monsters or predators or
all right. Well, we can get back to Pearl's video because we're caught up.
Generation of young men into thinking that they are inherently monsters or predators or less than. It has turned them inward. It has made so many men insecure and feel like they don't actually have a place in our culture and our society, when in reality,
I think people need to get the fuck. I think we should ban the internet. Actually, listening to these people talk, it makes me think we should just ban the fucking internet, because I don't know what the fuck these people are talking about.
Men are so important. I say this all the time. You are the backbone of civilization. You are the backbone of families. We literally
men do be important, guys. Men do be important. So, you know,
cannot exist without you. And yet that has not been the message that you have been receiving from pundits, from Hollywood.
But I'm going to show you, Brett, they don't even receive it from you. Now you can say, right, you can say, oh, we need men. But when you speak to men as if you're above them, it goes back to the egalitarian model.
Wait, when does she do that?
And not that model there.
girls on college campuses, whatever it may be, from podcasters. That is not what you have been hearing. And interestingly, a recent British study revealed that nearly 50% of young men reported feeling that being a man is not a source of pride for them, which...
Okay. I feel like most women don't feel like that being a woman is a source of pride. They're just shifting. I mean, me being a man gives me a pretty big feeling of the old prider doodle. Does that sound good? But I mean, it makes me feel a sense of pride. You know, I value what it means to be a man. So, you know, but not everybody's going to do that.
Is just insane. That is the core part of your being. That should be something that you love about yourself. That is so integral to who you are that you should be proud of. And the fact that 50% of young men say that that's not even a thing anymore. And this is what some of the participants had to say. Quote, there are a lot of negative stories about how men have treated women, which makes people assume that all men are the same, which isn't the case, commented one 20-year-old. Another young man said, there is a feeling that men are responsible for patriarchy and you feel a sense of guilt. Although things were this way before I was born and in spite of personal effort for equality, these men are trying. They have they've tried to respond and yet they still are made to feel so guilty and so out of place. Another one said social media is damaging to men's mental health.
I feel like now I understand why people like this have like a job, because they just get to tell young men who are not really experiencing these problems to this degree, and they get to tell them that they're experiencing these problems, and they get to make victims out of them, and then they get to make money by like continuously pushing this victim complex. It's fucking crazy. It's actually insane, because I feel like that's all this really is. Is just like this constant like assertion of being some kind of a victim. I'm not saying that none of these problems exist in any capacity. I just don't think that they exist to this degree.
Health as a society, we have an expectation of what a man should be. This puts pressure on men to live up to this expectation. So in trying to connect this with current events...
I'm remembering.
What these women do is, women in conservative media have a tendency to marry for money. They do not marry for love.
Isn't that the whole fucking thing about Red Pill, marrying for fucking money? Isn't that like a huge part of it? Like, it's not even like about like actually loving somebody. It's like you basically just marry for money. Isn't that like a whole big ass thing about it? Like what the fuck are we talking about? That's like a huge thing. It's like, oh, find a guy with a lot of money and just listen to them and do whatever they want, blah 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 blah. That's like the whole advocation point of fucking all this shit. What?
And I could say this, I don't even mean this in a mean way, but when your average conservative female commentator marries into $4 million, and there aren't that many men on average that make $4 million a year, please forgive me if I think you're in it for money. I mean, I think as a normal person, Brett Cooper said that her husband made more money than her. Well, if I look up Brett Cooper's yearly earnings, that means her husband's making over $1 million a year.
Wow.
So again, what they do...
I mean, when did she say this? And also, I'm not understanding. This is like one of your biggest things as a red pill. Is like, that's how it's supposed to happen. So I don't understand what the real problem is with it.
I'm not saying this to hate on her. If anything, I actually, she's one of the few that I predict to...
You're literally just making this to hate on her, though.
Stay married. I do. I think her husband's like 3 points higher than her in terms of like status, looks, etc. I think she'll stay.
What? What the fuck? Why is it always this so weird, dude? He's 3 points higher than her? You're a weirdo. This is why people make fun of you for your looks, because you constantly judge with I mean, listen, they look nice together. I don't really think that he looks 3 points higher than her. They look fine. I don't understand. It's so weird. She's such a weirdo. Oh my god.
Stay married. Just like
why would you talk about looks when you look like that? It doesn't make any sense to me. What the fuck?
I think Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift will stay married. Sorry, shoot me. I think they will. But maybe it's just the girl in me. I can't stop it. But so this is not meant to be an insult. This is not an attack. This is just a statement. Women go into conservative media. They tend to marry for money, just like women that interview your UFC fighters. What do you think they're like? What do you think is the goal there? Women that go into finance, who do you think they're at? Women that go into conservative media go into it for usually white conservative donors, politicians, other commentators. What? Anyways,
the fuck is she talking about?
When it comes to Brett, what they do is they signal, we don't need money. All these women have these high expectations, but if you look at who they're dating, it's the same stats as, they say, these women, they say the men have to do so much. But if you look at who the women marry, it's usually 6 foot, 6 figures, very good looking men.
I mean, he was fine looking. The fact that you're saying he's a very good looking guy I don't know. It's so weird. Why are you thirsting after this guy? He's married, dude. What the fuck?
I'm happy for them. They played the game and they won. But my point is, we can't watch what we say. We got to watch what we do. You know.
I don't know what you're saying. Hey, she married she was a valuable woman and she married a valuable man. What a fucking bitch, right? Like that's what I'm hearing here. What the fuck is happening? Why is this just comes off as so petty and pathetic? Why? What the fuck, bro? Pearl really is just. I think that she's just angry that other women are successful and she's not. I think that's what it boils down to.
It's like, yeah.
She might also be a lesbian. I'm not even saying that to be rude or anything, but I mean, she doesn't have a husband or anything, and she can't date. Although I know she likes black guys a lot. I don't know, dude. This is fucking crazy.
She figures out how to divorce. I don't think she'll divorce. She makes too much money off of being married. I mean, she would lose.
Why would she get a divorce? Why are you assuming her marriage is performative?
Everything if she got divorced. I mean, I guess Megyn Kelly did make it through a divorce, but she didn't have a kid with the guy. I mean, I kind of think that nowadays marriage doesn't mean much, but a kid kind of does. Like a kid is really.
Is that why you're not married?
Really, I mean, because people will be married for 10 years, no kid. If they divorce, there's no attachment. Once you have a kid with someone, so she's pregnant, you know. I am impressed. She's letting out a baby faster than the other TradCon women. But the problem is, again, we go back to, again, they'll signal traditional or they want traditional values. But when it comes to giving up power, women just will never do it, right? I'm not saying that they should do it.
You're literally shaming her for not giving up power. I don't understand.
I'm not even saying that I would recommend she does it. But what I'm saying is it's not what they're selling, right? That's kind of how it goes. Hey, thank you, Brett. I really do appreciate you covering this today because I didn't know what to react to. And when women have a tendency, not all
You just found like a woman you disagree with and react to them. Is that, what the fuck is that? All our content?
Women, but when you guys give.
Well, I mean, this is the indicator that we are that like conservatives have the hive mind, right? Like conservatives are the more popular opinion and perspective right now because there's a lot more infighting. She never would have done this like last year. She never would have done this, but now that now that everything's very conservative, it's very it's the easy thing to do to do this kind of shit. Jesus.
Dumb takes. It gives me something to do. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
No wonder young men moved to the right. No wonder in 2024, young men came out in droves for Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, who, they might not.
I know.
Well, I think it's because they were up. I feel like if it was a competent man was running against Trump, they would have won. I mean, Trump was able to beat two women and couldn't beat a fucking senile old man. He's not the fucking magical fucking man that you guys want to pretend that he is.
Oh, they say they care about God, but you never see the women marrying like these very like recluse, deeply religious men. It's always rich men. You know what I mean?
Well, how do you know he's not deeply religious?
Like, so again, they'll like wear the crosses. They might wear the modest clothes and say, I love God. And this is what I'm saying. Modesty, I was having this conversation the other day. Modesty only counts if you're hot enough where being immodest gets you something. Because I'll give you an example.
I guess you know that by personal experience. I understand her example. She's saying if you're not attractive, modesty doesn't mean anything. Because what are you being modest about, Okay, cool stuff. Thanks, Pearl.
So Brett, she's cute, right? But I would say for her age group, facially 5'4". For her age group, because she's young, she's overall a 6. That's what I would put her.
What the fuck? Bro, are you serious? I'm not trying to be that guy. Are you serious right now? Are you seriously sitting here and you're fucking judging Brett Cooper? Look at her. What commentary do I even need to give? All right, this person here, okay? This person, right? And like, listen, I'm not trying to be bullying, okay? You look like a Disney adult, though, all right? And, God bless, but you're going to judge Brett Cooper for not being attractive enough? I just don't get it. I don't understand where you get the confidence from. It's strange. Like, she's more conventionally attractive. You exist. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why you would say, why would you even bring this up? Why do you put yourself in this position for people to judge the way that you look? What are you doing? What the fuck?
So if she competed in the being naked division, she would get blown out of the water. She would get nothing.
Why are you talking about her being fucking naked, bro? What's wrong with you?
Out of that. If she was being naked next to like swimsuit model, she couldn't compete in that market. So obviously the mids are going to go to conservative media because I mean we can't make money being so it's kind
I feel like you're much more mid than her, bro.
of like modesty by convenience. You never see women in here that look like, I don't know, Megan Fox. You know, you don't really get them. Oh, I can be judging her with that. I would actually put her face above my face if I'm really being honest. I really.
Wow. Well, you know what? Thank God you're being honest on that one. Nobody would you wouldn't have been able to get away with the lie. Just to be absolutely clear, you wouldn't have been able to get away with the lie if you were like, no way, I'm actually. It wouldn't have worked out, girl. Like we both know that.
Would give her a better rating than me. I really would.
Wow, would
but
you? That's
again,
crazy.
that's like battle of the mids. It's like, you know, I would give.
Okay.
I would give her a point higher than facially than me. She's younger. I mean, you see what I'm
facially? Wait, you think that your body is better? You know, I don't even want to get into. I really don't even want to like do this because it just feels really weird to get into this whole conversation about
money.
Whose face and body are more attractive. But you stood up at the board before. You were standing up before. What do you?
Woman, not me.
What's going on here? I'm not trying. I'm not trying to be rude. You're inviting the conversation. What are you doing, dude? Are you rage baiting us? That's crazy. Yeah, I know I'm not attractive, but I'm not sitting here. Well, I mean, I'm probably not too bad. Not bad, actually. No, I know I'm not like attractive or anything, or like, but I'm not sitting here judging another. Like you're sitting here judging her. This is what you look like, dude. Which is fine. You look nice. If you weren't so mean, you know, somebody would probably date you. But it's like, I don't know. Crazy. I don't know. That's fucking wild. It's incredible. Pearl, it's insane.
I'm saying I would give her an overall better rating.
Wow.
But I can't judge because I have eyes.
Where do you feel like what areas do you feel like you're above Brett Cooper? I'm just curious about that. You know, I mean, I guess Pearl Davis is an easier hate fuck. She's such a shitty person, and then it's like, you know what I mean? You know, some people have a hard time disrespecting attractive women. You know, but what are you doing?
And I used to do casting. This isn't to be mean, but remember, I have to.
Used to do casting. Who gives a fuck about that?
Judge, when I did the thumbnails back in the day, I would pick the women who I knew would get the most views, and
that's the casting you did. You used to make more content about OnlyFans girls, and then you used to pick the thumbnails. Wow, that's me when I'm casting. Like, wow, great. I definitely consider that casting. What? I guess that's casting.
Brett would be cute, I would say, in the general population.
Wow.
But again, it's because she's young for her age group. I wouldn't put her
nice freeze frame you got on her.
I wouldn't put her above a 6. I really wouldn't.
Whoa. Well, that means a lot coming from you, I guess.
Yeah, and it's not to be mean. Being a 5 is normal. Most people are 5s.
Wow.
People think I'm insulting you when I say this, but
you were trying to be insulting, and then you're trying to pull back, be like, "Well, I'm just being reasonable."
4 to 6, that's most people. Actually, maybe a little less because Americans are fat.
So true, Queen. So true.
But it's kind of the men like you in the chat. You're the problem because why are you white knighting for this girl that's never gonna fuck you ever?
It's not even white knighting. You're just not it, Pearl. I like at her own chat. It's just like, wait, what are you talking about? It's just the most delusional shit ever. You're going on, she said 4 words, and you're going on a rant about how ugly she is. It's weird. It's very bizarre.
Ever, like, would it make you happy if I rated her higher? She's never gonna sleep with you, ever.
I think the most delusional part is where you're like pretending that you're kind of close to her in some capacity.
Pearl has great facial structure. I have okay facial structure. I mean,
yeah, for sure. That's a good. I have okay facial structure. Okay, nice.
That's my point. Most people have okay facial structure.
Okay.
She's not a 5. Look, so now a lot of the argument I get back, the argument I get back for this kind of thing. Oh, but American women are fat. Pearl, they're so fat. That
Argument back for what? You just said Brett Cooper was unattractive. I don't. Nobody's what?
You have to rate them higher. No, I don't.
What?
Just because the basketball league has gotten worse, it doesn't mean you're the greatest of all time.
It sounds like she has a lot of things that she wants to say, and so she's just like setting them up to be said, even when they don't make any fucking sense. Because that's what's happening right now.
Just because the league sucks, which it kind of sucks now,
hey guys,
it doesn't mean you're beautiful. It just means the league got worse.
Wow. Thanks, Pearl.
Yeah, I
Appreciate
mean, if
it.
I'm being honest, facially, I think she's got a good body. I think her body's like a 6 or a 7. Facially, I'd say 4. When I've seen her without makeup, for her age group, because she's young, 5.56.
Are you trying to be, you know, Epstein's new fucking like bottom bitch? Like, what's happening here? Like, oops. What are you talking about?
But that's because she's young. If you compare the women in her age group, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's me being honest here. It's not really an
thanks.
insult.
Okay.
But if I had to put her against the women in her age group, I mean, that's competitive, right? Okay, I wouldn't say a 3. Yeah, but overall 6, 5, facially. Anyways.
Okay.
perfect men, but they are men who seem to be proud of being men. They are manlier men who have families and seem like the heads of their households. Young men can look up to them and maybe even see themselves.
Pearl is perfection. Like, I'm not going to sleep with you either. You guys need to stop. Sorry. It just, we need to stop. We can't be sipping in the chat. I need you
What are you all dried up?
guys.
One guy said that, probably sarcastically, and she's like eating it up because it's the first compliment she's ever gotten in her entire life. Because she like her whole life she's probably being bullied by her mother for her weight, and that's why she hates fat people so much.
Take that energy and send it to women. Look it. I've given you directions
Okay.
on how to hit up the women in your town. If you like my look,
What, with that? What do you have? What directions is red pill? What's your advice? To drug them or something? You fucking freak.
if you're into tall redheads, Google the volleyball rosters in the small schools near me or near you,
Look up the schools near you. That seems weird.
and DM them on Instagram. Look, there's going to be a Pearl lookalike on every single one. That's where you get tall girls. Google the rosters in the colleges around you. The smaller schools will be less competitive.
Okay.
Like, that's where you should be putting your energy. Just come here because this is an entertaining show. You know what I mean? But I'm just being honest here. You know, we're not pro simping.
Okay.
In those two men. It's the reason why UFC has
Yeah, and they'll be younger.
Oh
They'll
my
be
God.
they'll have a
Am I this bad with the interrupting? Holy fuck.
better attitude. They'll talk back. They'll just be better in every way. Go there. You got it.
absolutely blown up. It's the reason why the male podcasting space is dominating right now, because they are speaking to multiple
Okay,
generations.
so now she's saying the male podcasting space is dominating. Brett, and it's
What?
just such a dumb.
What's wrong with what she's saying? I don't understand.
You took someone's job at the Daily Wire that would have been a guy. I mean,
Well, I guess she's taking DEI to a whole new fucking level here, huh? Holy shit.
and now at your old company, they're giving all those spots to women. Women are dominating in media. It's not even close. Think about it. You're called the female Ben Shapiro, and this is kind of the black pill
Because she looks like Ben Shapiro. That's why she's called the female Ben Shapiro.
for women. There's a point in life where we realize all of our success is not because we're talented, but because we're women. Because
What?
that's why we're there. You know, this was a tough pill for me to swallow too.
You're not successful. What the fuck? What are you talking about?
But I just, I do the best I can with the following I got. But we have to be honest on some level. Being a woman, I've managed both male and female YouTube channels. Brett, Ben Shapiro.
When she says she's managed them, because we know enough about Pearl, what she's saying is that she's had some people that she's employed and taken like 90% of their paycheck, and they were not really successful ever. She just happened to manage them, right? It's like when you manage the cleanliness of your bathroom, but it looks like shit. Like she hasn't managed anything. There's nothing meaningful being managed here.
To be a conservative commentator had to be a literal lawyer for men to listen to him. He had to go do thousands of debates. He had to do all this stuff. Brett just had to be a woman.
Well, I mean, young people want to hear other young people that they feel is more relatable. Wow, you literally you don't have any degrees, Pearl. You did volleyball or something poorly. Apparently she has a bachelor's of arts. And who's she comparing herself to? Who is she comparing her to? Ben? All right, yeah, he has I guess a bachelor's in arts, and then I don't know, a fucking Juris Doctor. I don't know what the fuck that is. Either way, aren't you guys always sitting here talking about how like college degrees are a waste? And also, again, she's younger. People want to like identify with different things. I don't know. She's like supposed to be like the relatable one for the younger crowd, you know?
That's it.
But okay.
There's no credentials, just cute girl. Say conservative talking points she did believe 5 minutes ago. Yeah, and it's not to be mean, but this is factual. This this is what it is. This is just a fact. So,
Thanks.
you know, if we're going to go into a man's world, we got to be prepared to deal with, you know, what men deal with.
Okay.
Who've been ignored for years right now. Millennials,
Just sick saying things.
Gen Z, Gen Alpha that is coming up. That is why the male podcasting space is dominating. We'll dive back in, but first.
Okay, you said Brett barely makes a 5. No, she's young. She's under 25. She's above a 5. Pretty much all women under like 18 to 25, they're 6s. Overall, if you include the youth, they might not be a 6 for their age group, but in the dating market, yeah. Oh yeah, they're 6s, maybe even 7s because
Whoa, 6'7", dude. She's memeing.
they're young. But it'll fade because the facial symmetry just can't, yeah. Pearl, you got to understand that men do care about personality. Yeah, you guys do care about personality.
Okay.
But when a woman's fat, you care a lot less. I'll say that.
Okay. Who's talking about being fat? Brett Cooper's not fat, so what does that really matter? And also, just terrible. Look great. You look great, by the way. Good stuff.
Yeah, you care when they're over your attraction floor. I have seen some women that are like 5s, barely over a guy's attraction floor, be so nice that they move up a little bit. But that took years of like loyalty, dedication, and humility. Yeah, crazy.
A quick word from our sponsor. Now, unless you're new here, you know that we have talked a lot about government and media.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna skip past the sponsor, dude? That's not right, dude. You're supposed to watch the sponsor, Pearl. What the fuck?
No, those are not the role models that these young men are craving after decades of being told that they are less than, that they. A lot of this just so happens to be on the right because, I mean, who are they going to look up to on the left? Like Tim Walz with his jazz hands? Pete Buttigieg on his like little bicycle with his husband? No, those are not the role models that these young men are craving after decades of being told that they are less than, that they should be ashamed and feel guilty.
I just don't know, dude. I'm 35. I've never been told I was less than. It's so weird to hear some like 20-something-year-old girl tell me that like for 10 years, like I was an adult the whole time. How old is Brett Cooper? She's 23. You were 13 when this started, so you have never actually seen any of the stuff that's happening. You're just kind of saying that it happened. Right? Like, that's it. You're just like, yeah, for the past 10 years, this thing has been happening. But you were 13 when it started. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I'm fucking 35 years old. Like, I've never seen any of this shit happening. So I don't know what you're talking about. This camera's so horrible, and so is the fucking aiming in this game. Holy shit.
For their natural feelings, their natural inclinations as biological men. And unfortunately, when a whole society, when a whole political party turns against and villainizes one sex, you are not just going to move to healthy role models.
I think it's more insulting when you guys say you like me for my personality. I think that's almost more insulting.
What's your commentary? Okay.
Sorry, it's just like... Could you go back to the sipping? Could you go back? Go back to that!
Okay.
I know.
Oh, shit.
We don't know, no woman or man wants to be wanted for our person. Can we just be honest here? We want to be wanted because we're hot, okay?
I mean, I think people like to be liked for their personality too. What are you talking about? She acts less mature than fucking Brett Cooper. What the fuck?
But few people get to experience that in life. That's the problem with the mids, which is most people.
What?
Most people, yeah.
Find some common middle ground. It's not going to work like that. You are going to see the consequences of young men who fell through the cracks, who were left behind, who were villainized to no end, who were made to feel guilty. They
planned all that.
are going to have to go somewhere, and often they're going to lash out, which leads us to the creation of the red pill man.
Now, she's an idiot, okay? She doesn't even know what the red pill is. She doesn't.
Okay. It's basically just a bunch of people who worship a rapist. That's what red pill is.
Now, essentially, I'll give you the red pill lore. Now, the red pill is used in a lot of different ways, so it makes it really confusing what it is. But a lot of times, people want to categorize and group everybody in the red pill in order to demonize them. When people are in a group, that makes it easier to do what she's going to do now, which is interesting because she's, supposed to be a right-wing woman or whatever, but she's about to do reputation destruction for what men want. Now, the red pill is not moral. It's amoral. Now, what does that mean? What happened was men on the internet, there used to be these forums. and they would come together to solve their problems. Now, sometimes their problem was, I want to have 3 girlfriends. How do I keep them away from each other? Guy A would say, do this. Guy B would say, do
The fuck are you talking about 3 girlfriends? What?
this. Guy C would say, do this.
Cool.
And they would come up with a plan, a solution. Because
Dude.
men, when they don't have a plan, that's when they go crazy. You know what I mean? That's when men go, they
Men are
need
crazy.
some sort of action plan because
Why are you talking? You're a woman. Like, it's your own logic. What?
they're men. Women, we like to complain about problems.
I love the way that she talks about guys. So I'm not going to disagree. It's good, you know, having a plan, having direction for anybody can be very positive and constructive. But the way that she talks about it is if she's like, oh, we're dogs. She's like, it's so weird.
Men need a plan. That's really
There's just an irony there. She pretends that everyone else is talking down to men, but she's really doing it herself to the few people who will watch her.
the difference. When women get together, like if you go on TikTok, it's women complaining about problems. When men get together, they're trying to figure out solutions. Now,
Oh,
sometimes
that's so based, Queen.
what they were doing was, you know, perfectly under a Judeo-Christian worldview. It was, I love my wife. I don't want a divorce. She hasn't slept with me in a year. How do I get her to sleep with me again? I want her to want to. I don't want to
Ask Pearl, the basically virgin woman that nobody wants to have sex with.
make her. I want her to want to. I want her to desire me like she used to. Guy A would say, try this. Guy B would say, try this. Guy C. And a lot of times people don't know. And Red Pill has saved so many marriages. And it gets
Okay. How do you're not married, so why would you think that?
demonized because they have taken down all of these blogs would give men so much power. It's why I recommend like places like Ryan Stone, even Rollo hates me, but his book is really good.
Why are you sucking up to Rollo? He's a fucking, like, he's useless too. What is happening?
Because they give men the correct information, and women like her, they try to
Okay.
stop men from getting the information, because most women like her
So
and
true,
women in
Queen.
general, most women don't get to lock down alphas. They don't. Most women are stuck dealing with men that do
They don't get to lock down alphas, guys. You gotta be careful without you gotta really want to lock down the alpha to get that alpha, you know what I mean? Gotta put in some real work to lock down that alpha male. Like Rollo Tomasi, guys. It's fucking alpha male.
not understand female nature. Alphas are the men that women can be ourselves with.
Wow.
Super whores. We can
What the fuck are you talking about? Like, isn't the whole red pill thing is about women not being stupid whores? Or what? Isn't it like, oh, these women are worthless unless they'll be completely subservient to me? Like, even if I don't shower? Like, what are you talking about?
be who we are, right? Betas are the guys that, you know, they're the guys that women cannot be themselves with. But if
What
the
the fuck are you
betas
talking
understand the female mating strategy, women cannot have them knowing it. So they
Holy
have
fuck.
to get them
It's like listening to somebody try to recite a textbook without, like, by memory. Like, she's like botching the red pill information that's already shit in the first place. Oh my god.
away, get them away from the information. So essentially, shout out to the truckers working at the glory hole. Ew. Okay, I'm not reading that, Chris. Sean counter
You literally just did.
is the answer. It's what they desire. Yeah, and that's the thing. There's a dark side of female nature. We saw it in 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey. I don't think that's culturally relevant enough for you to be using.
Women, we love to be just slutted out. I mean, it just is.
What?
It just is what it is.
Dude, Pearl's horny. She reads 50 Shades of Grey and she's fucking on book talk, desperate for fucking cock because nobody wants to fuck her. You could tell. It's like oozing through. She's a fucking horny gooner. It's so strange.
Do you know what I mean? But women have to put up a facade.
Do you know what I mean? But
In order to get resources, because do you think
What?
men want to like lay down their lives for these whores? No. No. And so like women like her don't want the men to realize, oh, she went to a big school, ran through. Oh, she did this, ran through. She was in a sorority, ran through. Like so they're just going to say, oh, they're going to default to shaming tactics like, oh, you hate women.
what?
And you're going to see that
She's just rambling. She hasn't even she's barely watched the fucking video that she's supposed to be reacting to. She's just having I think that she's just having like a manic episode or something.
it's here. She has to categorize the red pill as they hate women, or she will not get her simp bucks.
She hasn't even given her opinion on Red Pill yet. What? Did you pre-watch it?
She will not make money off of simps.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll continue.
It's a hot topic in 2025. Whenever anybody
But you'll see.
Oh god damn, dude. Holy fuck.
Right now she's saying the red pill men hate women, but bitch, you don't even know what the red pill is. You don't know anything. You don't. So,
Okay.
Okay, we'll continue.
Up the red pill bros. If you talk about them, if you tweet at them, I feel like they're going to end up in this comment section. They're going to like pop out.
I'm here.
Like talk about their values, whatever. But the red pill man is playing his own role.
Dude, she just keeps skipping ahead. Have you guys noticed that? She's at like 7 minutes now. She's watched like less than a minute of the content.
This very, very complicated and convoluted dating land.
Yeah, and she doesn't realize, again, the red pill has saved marriages. It has saved thousands of marriages.
No.
Okay. I mean, these blogs were really helpful, but if you go to Red Pill Archive, a lot of them are still up. But Ryan Stone, keeps a lot of them on his channel.
They do be saving.
So
they do be saving, guys.
She doesn't even know what it is.
And these men, in my opinion, view modern feminism as
when you tell guys to just disrespect women, like, it just saves marriages. It's fucking crazy.
Societal evil whose express goal is to
censor that. And that's the thing. The red pill is actually, if you really read the guys that are more in depth and not like Andrew Tate, not even Myron's great, but not even Myron. It's actually a lot more loving towards women than you think.
If you don't read the kings, the king and the jester of red pill, then it's actually pretty good. That's crazy. What a thing to say. Hey, if you don't listen to the to the rape apologist and the sex trafficker, it's actually not that bad. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? What's fucking wrong with you? This is so
Feminism
stupid.
Is a strategy for women to get to bang hot guys. That's really what it is at its core. Because if you listen to what the
weren't you just talking about how you want to bang guys? I'm so fucking confused.
Feminists are saying they want to make a bunch of money.
I think that she might have taken too much Tylenol.
So they don't have to have sex with a guy they're not attracted to. Because when women do not have sex out of desire but out of obligation to women, they feel like they were raped.
I don't even know where to start with what you just said, but what you just told me is that girls want to fuck guys that they find attractive, and you somehow made that negative, which I'm almost impressed by. I'm very confused. What type of people watch Pearl Davis? Like, what's the motivation when you're listening to Pearl Davis? Like, what do you watch her for? Like, to just laugh at her? Like, what's the motivation? I don't understand.
Now, I don't think that's right. I don't think they should be, but I'm saying that's the female feeling, right? And a lot of people, when they hear, red pill, like, they never talk about that that section of the red pill, right? They never bring that stuff up. So because it's not meant to say women's feelings are bad, wrong, immoral, even though they may be, it is meant to explain them. And it's very difficult for people to have that conversation and not get emotional. Like, I bet there's even people in the chat saying, well, they shouldn't have that feeling. I don't know if they are. I'm not seeing it, but that's my point.
I don't understand your point.
Press men, they believe that women hold unfair power in today's culture, which is definitely true in our modern culture, and I
why do women hold unfair power?
Agree with them on feminism. I agree.
Yeah, right. But
we have an administration who's like cutting DEI policies. You guys can't complain about feminism anymore. You guys, it's like, how are you? You're like, oh man, yeah, feminism is like so bad. It's such a problem. There's all these things happening. But you guys, like, all the DEI policies are gone because of Trump, right? So, which is what you wanted. So, like, cool. Like, what's to complain about now? DEI's dead. It's like, you guys are still bitching and moaning about fucking feminism, even though, like, DEI policies are fucking dead. It doesn't make any sense. You guys, it's almost like you guys never had anything to complain about in the first place, and you just wanted to fucking bitch and moan and complain about shit. It's almost like that, dude. Isn't that fucking crazy? Huh? How interesting.
She will never give up the power she has. And, I think Ryan Stone had an analogy where he said...
Give up what power? I'm so confused. Like, give up her job? People watch her because they like her. Why would she give up her job?
Asking women to give up their jobs, their career, all this stuff is like asking men to give up their biceps. Women are never going to do it.
What? Dude, you're so dumb. Yeah, asking a woman to give up her job is like asking a man to give up her job. Their biceps? What is it? Like, why is all your stuff so, like, online? Like, what are these comparisons? They're so, like, terminally online.
Give up abortion. And it's not even that all women will have abortions. A lot do. It's women want to be in control of who's born. Women will never give up power.
Don't women birth the babies? Shouldn't they be the ones to control if they have a baby out of their vagina? Like, this is one of the things that's interesting to me is people talk about, and I agree with them. But, like, if somebody's more physically capable, they should be able to do the job. Men are more physically capable than women. Right? So they should have a chance to do more physically capable jobs. I agree with that. But then, like, And this because of a biology. Like, hey, I'm biologically more attuned to do this thing. So if a woman is more biologically attuned to birth a baby, shouldn't she be the one to have the say on that? Like, I don't, that's just your logic. What?
Ever. And when women, our back is against the wall and our reputation is on the line, we will always default to the resources feminism gives us. Whether it's false accusations, whether it's reputation destruction, all women are women and all women can do it.
Whoa. Guys, women do be women. Do you guys know that? All women are women, guys.
I mean, maybe there's like one good woman out there, but probably not.
Modern feminism has gone too far. It's shifted from being about equality and uplifting women to actually dominating men. Like, they vocalize that. They do not.
What are you talking about, bro? What the hell is she saying? Okay.
Hide that.
Again, that's not true. The early suffragettes were like doing bombings, Brett. It was never about empowering women. I mean, there's more women in the anti-suffragette movement in the beginning than the suffragette movement. And they viewed them as spinsters. It was really never about uplifting women.
Okay.
Is something that they are proud of. They speak.
Didn't women get the ability to vote, though? So isn't that uplifting women? No? Wouldn't that be considering... Guess not. I'm probably just stupid and don't know what I'm talking about.
Speak about. So these men are not wrong when it comes to any of those things, but they don't just stop with fighting that. They don't just stop by saying, hey.
Now, remember, we're going to go back to, does this sound like a woman that has, over there, that believes this is the order and has respect for average men? Because now they have an ideology she doesn't like, and she thinks it's her place to tell them what to do, how to live, or how to think.
I'm having trouble zeroing in on what Pearl thinks. Obviously, she pretends to think that men should always be listened to number one over everybody else, and then other things are about how red pill saves marriage. She's just a mess.
Hey, this is wrong. We disagree with that. Instead, they
and she's like just skipping through it. It's very strange. She's just like, I think what happened is that Pearl watched this video. And then she's like, oh, I have something to ramble about for 15 minutes for every talking point. Let me save those moments, and then I'll make like a video about it, you know? And I'll just skip through.
Idolize.
See, again, she does it like when men are actually masculine. Men do not, for a man to be masculine, it includes not checking in with women for what they want to do.
You're fucking so dumb. What? You don't check in with women? I check in with my wife all the time. I'm plenty masculine, okay? Don't worry. You can still be masculine and make sure your wife doesn't fucking hate you. That's how you... you don't have to be, you don't have to be a fucking, like, a weird loser that, like, has full control over your wife. It's just cringe. That's fucking dumb. What do you want? Do you want to also have control over how she cleans the house, too? Is that what you like, how far does this go? Do you want to? Oh yeah. What do you mean? Like, what the fuck? I don't. It's like I don't give a fuck about half the shit that goes on. You're just talking. She's just so fucking strange, dude. She's a fucking strange weirdo.
So now she's gonna nag and say, "Oh, I don't like your tone," because even conservative women cannot take true masculinity. They can't. Because
what is true masculinity? Can you let me know when you get a husband? I'd love to know what's going on.
True femininity is giving up control. Right? It's, when you're married or dating someone and he says he's going to do what he's going to do. I have no control. It's not nagging. It's not influencing. And it's tough. I'll be honest. Pretty much all women struggle with submission to some extent.
Okay.
It's something.
Is that why you're not married?
Women in general, most of us weren't raised to be. It's something we have to work on. But my point is, it doesn't matter where you get the women. Usually we're going to go back to the default programming.
What?
Hyper-dominant, quote-unquote, alpha traits. They have a perverted view of masculinity and femininity and a woman's role in society. They also very often lump women together and see us all as being inherently manipulative, interested only in exploiting men.
So funny because people like Pearl push people towards people like Brett because she seems kind of reasonable here. Because, like, yeah, Pearl obviously has like a stupid idea of masculinity and femininity. So
she married into like $2 million.
Whoa,
Bitch, shut the fuck up. Sorry.
Is that base though? I don't understand. That's what.
Even
like, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to marry like losers? The whole red pill thing is about being somebody that's worth 25 girls wanting to fuck you. And like, what the fuck?
You, Brett. And there's some humility that comes with admitting that, because right now she's trying to signal, oh, I'm not like that, really.
She's not signaling anything. She's barely said anything.
Really, you're perfect. Come on.
their resources and their money and their status. And possibly the thing that turns me off the most is that they often assert that their manhood is something that is defined by how many women they can exploit, how many women they can sleep.
Okay, so again, remember, if there's a hookup, conservative women view it, or they want to shame men for hooking up with women that want to hook up with a man.
Well, that's not what she's literally not saying. She's saying exploiting women. So I don't know what you're talking about, which is what Red Pill is all about. There's like a whole fucking, there's a whole, like the Discord is all about grooming, or that existed for Andrew Tate was about how to groom women successfully. Like, she's fucking correct. What are you talking about? Whoa, dude, I just got owned. I'll go use terminally online. Like, the right use is woke. You need to expand your vocabulary other than online terms. You should sound like what you sound like what you critique. I don't. But just to be clear, you're terminally online. when you're somebody who actually falls into this weird red pill shit, or you're saying things like men have been victimized for 10 years and shit. I'm 35. I grew up. I was 25 when this was happening, supposedly. It wasn't. There are some online instances of it on TikTok. That's it. It wasn't a real thing that was happening in day-to-day life. Nobody in the day-to-day life was going around and being shamed for being a man. It was mostly on TikTok by a bunch of fucking 15-year-old non-binary people that were complaining that women had like the hardest thing in the entire world. And there's some truth to women having it hard in general, especially when my wife, you know what I mean? I'm always hitting her. But but all these things get exaggerated online. It becomes very terminally online. If you're online all day consuming like you're consuming thoughts, not actual things that are happening. And then every once in a while, somebody's taking an instance of something of it happening in the real world, putting it on the internet and signal boosting. Go look, see. Here's an example. What I've been saying. You're like, oh my god, I am a victim. All of it's a victim complex. You're terminally online. The real world is you go out and you get a job and you work a job. Okay, you go be a fucking go get a job. Get offline. Go get a job. See how people interact day to day. That's what it really is about. A lot of these people who believe this shit are terminally online. Brett Cooper, Pearl Davis, these people have never worked like a real meaningful job in their life. They are online personalities that got like popular when they were young. That's it. I mean, Pearl's just a fucking mess, but you know, I'm not saying they're all terrible people, but they're terminally online. If you actually believe these red pill or online like victimhood narratives that you're hearing, it's because you never worked a real fucking job and like got out and associated and talked to people. This is not happening in the real world. Okay? I know that you're upset because you heard that and you have like a victim complex in your own fucking brain, but it's just not the way the world works at all.
And they view it as the women being exploited. So again, she's still taking the accountability off of the women. And now
Whoa.
it's the men's fault that you threw it back.
I don't know
Really?
what that means. Like, what?
Really, it's the men's fault? Really, truly?
Okay.
Women they can impregnate, how far they can sow their seeds, and how many children they can have, how tight and ill-fitting their suits can be, how nice their cars are, like how many cigars they can smoke.
Do you know the audacity of someone saying this making millions of dollars a year? Like,
Audacity saying what? That like red pill causes people to value dumb shit. What is she wrong about though? She's not fucking wrong. So
again, part of the natural order is realizing it's not your place to nag men about the way they live.
Okay.
If
Gotcha.
for example, Justin Waller is one of the ones people think of. That's who I was assuming. She was saying the tight fitting suits. I don't know if that's who she was talking about, but it's what I was thinking. I mean, what you think it's your place to nag like another woman's husband about how he dresses? Really? Truly? That's your place as a woman? No, I'm being serious.
What?
A character.
I mean, she's just making fun of people. Like, she's being silly about how like tight the sex trafficking rapist Andrew Tate and her and her fucking brother, his brother's fucking outfits are. That's literally it.
Caricature of masculinity. It is bitter, and in my opinion,
Now, and remember, so whenever the masculinity serves the men, women don't like it. And you're going to see this. Whenever it's the masculinity serves the women, then it's celebrated. So, when men have a family, that serves the women. That's a woman's mating strategy to get a family.
Why doesn't a family serve a man? I'm a little confused on that one.
That's celebrated by conservatives. Having a fast car, does that serve the men or the women? No, it serves the men. Now he's going to get this hot young punani,
Why doesn't a family serve men? I'm a little confused on that one. Why is her instant assumption that men hate their families? Also, it's kind of cringe that like this. What's happening here? They really fucked this up.
The materialistic stuff and banging a lot of chicks, does that serve the men or the women? That's the men. the masculinity that conservatives celebrate, they're almost worse than feminists, because at least the feminists are honest about who they are. Where a lot of times the right-wing women, they manipulate men, but in a more more manipulative way, because it's just not upfront.
It is incredibly performative. And while
damn, I just got fucking racked out.
I know that I just spent 2 minutes basically complaining about them and saying what I think is wrong with their ideology, their core grievances, like the reason.
But you don't even know what it is. You don't know what it is. I like Brett well enough, but when she started making videos about how men should dress and what she finds attractive, I checked out. Daily Wire did her dirty, though. I really don't think they did. I really don't. I don't think they did Candace dirty either. Because I'm going to use Candace because she had a way bigger crash out.
Well, I think that wasn't she like criticizing Israel or something? I mean, she's gone full anti-Semitism mode, but wasn't she just like criticizing Israel before? So what, I don't understand. I feel like they didn't like that because Daily Wire seems to take, I don't know. Ben's very Jewish, so. Nothing wrong with being Jewish, but.
I'm not even a fan of the Daily Wire. I'm not.
Why?
But, okay, if I am a white woman, right? And
well, aren't you?
I stand for conservative values.
What does you being a white woman have to do with conservative values? I'm very confused. Unless you're, are you admitting the quiet part out loud? Is that what you're doing?
And you take a paycheck from me for 10 years, and then now you want to switch up and talk about an issue you've never talked about that I disagree with.
You're talking about Israel-Palestine? She's not allowed to... Candace isn't allowed to have an opinion on it now because she works for Daily Wire? What?
I mean, that's kind of part of life. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no.
Why do women think...
They give their opinions for a living. I don't think it's just a part of life.
They get free speech when they work for somebody else. I mean, there are bounds. I mean, that's just like pragmatism. Now, you could say that the Daily Wire is marketing it wrong, like they shouldn't call themselves a free speech network. But I kind of agree. You know, if Ben Shapiro is he's on Team Israel, why would I?
If he's on Team Israel, she's talking about it like it's fucking team sports. She's so weird.
You know how expensive it is to put on a show. Why would I put on a show that has something that I completely disagree with? And it's almost worse because these women know nothing about war. They know nothing about violence.
I guess she does. She dates some abusive men, or she did in the past. So
well, I've always stayed out of.
That's terrible. I'm so sorry for you, Pearl. I'm so sorry for you.
The war conversation, because I don't know shit. I can get
okay, but maybe they do. So
a few good analogies from interviewing 1,000 people. I learned a lot doing that, but. War? So you had Candace Owens talking about BLM. You had Brett Cooper. They're just like, hey, look cute, ladies. And just do your little cultural talk show. Candace, go off about BLM. Brett, go off about feminism. That's your job. That's your job description. And then the women came in and they started saying, no, I want a different job description. And they're like, hey, no. We hired you for this job description. And then the women, you know, they have.
This is her trying to explain what's going on with Israel-Palestine right now, by the way. And the fact that when everything happened on October 7th, like people started to shift their perspectives a little bit, and they're not allowed to do that because they're girls. That's the whole fucking thing she's saying right now. This is fucking ridiculous.
Had it all, and they still complain. Do you know what I mean? It's like, do you know how many people would kill to be in your shoes? And
wow, that makes a lot of sense. That actually makes perfect sense. She wishes that she was able to have that level of success, and she's simply not. And so she's like really upset about it. She's like, if I got that opportunity, I wouldn't fuck it up. But it's like, yeah, but that's why you don't get the opportunity, because you're boring and nobody gives a fuck about what you have to say or think about any of these things that you're talking about.
And then you're going to say you did dirty when you get to make millions of dollars talking for a living? How dare you? I have cousins in the military laying bricks.
Wow.
You know, there's loggers out there. There's guys with very difficult, dangerous jobs. And even men that die.
What does that have to do with anything? I don't understand. What does it have to do? What does it have to do with anything? I don't understand.
For their jobs. So, excuse me if I don't have sympathy for us as podcasters. I just don't.
Okay.
So, you know, I think it's a little disingenuous to take a paycheck from somebody for multiple years and then claim they were somehow oppressing you. Really? Sorry. I mean, then you should have did that first 6 months. And then they said, oh, Brett should have kept her old channel. And I said, that's bullshit too. They paid for, I know how expensive it is to build up a channel. Now, obviously, maybe they should have had a new one for Reagan, because of the, you know,
She's just complaining about Brett Cooper. She's not even like making a point. She's just complaining that Brett Cooper is stinky.
the damage Brett did after, to be honest. But
This video's about Red Pill, and she just can't shut the fuck up about venting about dumb, irrelevant shit the entire time.
followed that closely. I didn't like how she handled it at all. I thought it was really manipulative. I really thought it was.
Okay.
And a real just lack of gratitude from both of them. I didn't like it.
Okay.
Do you think anyone at the Daily Wire knows anything about war or violence? No, to be honest, no, I don't. However, I would say that just being a man, you'll notice that the men at the Daily Wire, they're not crashing out. I mean, Matt Walsh could probably do his own thing. Michael Knowles could probably also do his own thing. But you don't see them doing the same thing that Candace and Brett did. You don't. And I think some of them might have different opinions on that topic.
What the fuck?
But as men, they're going to weigh their options and kind of say, is this the hill I want to die on? And I think you could argue there are some hills that I will die on, but I have to be very knowledgeable in that topic. And I personally, I don't think Candace has done a great job. I think she's kind of made, I'd say the Groypers look a little kook. No offense, I like the Groypers. I love you guys. But I'm just being honest. I don't think Candace has helped you guys. I don't. I don't
understand. I'm not understanding. She's just ranting. Like she's just talking as much as possible. This isn't even like a reaction. This is just like her fucking talking about irrelevant shit. What the fuck is she talking about, dude?
I don't think she's been like a net good on that topic. It's kind of, I would say average people would view her as kind of like cuckoo now.
Okay. Good to know. Thanks for your opinion.
But I do think when you followed that topic for a long period of time, you can become very knowledgeable on it. Like, you know, Ryan Dawson came on my show, and I don't think he didn't strike me as like a fighter or anything. However, it seems like he's followed that topic for so long, he's very knowledgeable on it.
Wow.
But the problem is you get these commentators that they just kind of go with whatever's trending, and so they're not knowledgeable enough on these topics. At least.
So, like, what is it that you feel like they're not knowledgeable on? Like, could you give us a hint instead of just talking?
To die on that hill. But what I just see from the women, it's just such a lack of gratitude. Like, I think we have no idea how spoiled we are.
Okay.
Right? So for you to complain about it, both of Candace and Brett's crash outs really rubbed me the wrong way.
You just said that she didn't have a crash out, though. You said that she just like kind of stayed quiet and didn't really say much. How is that a crash out?
Because from my point of view, how dare you complain about anything? Yeah, you quit a job and they gave it to your friend. That's life. That's life. No men would crash out over that. They would say, good luck with the opportunity. And you have the audacity to go into a podcast where about how you were betrayed and then pretend to be the bigger person. Fuck you. I mean, that's just how I feel about it.
Okay.
That is just how I feel about it.
Glad to know. Thanks for letting us know that.
So, and it's just...
Who asked? It's just listening to her complain over and over again how she, like, really about how she wishes that she could have gotten Brett Cooper's job. That's effectively what we're hearing here the entire way through, is that she just wishes that she was able to get Brett Cooper's job. And that she should have basically not had an opinion outside of what she was told to have because she's a woman and she ruined the opportunity and she's a bad person because of it. That's literally what the whole fucking video is.
And what I hate about videos like this is they're just gaslighting. They're mischaracterizing.
But how do you know? You don't even know what the video says because you haven't shut the fuck up about it. You don't even know what's going on.
Guys, I know a lot of these red pill guys, and they're very nice people. Most of them have genuine intentions, but a lot of them were
genuine intentions. What does that mean? What?
Fed the wrong information. And so what they're trying to do is give young men the correct information. That's what they're trying to do. They're not misogynistic. They don't hate women. They just want young men to have the information.
I could see why somebody who watches your podcast or show would hate women, though, to be honest with you. Just it's fucking crazy. Because
it's like if you're trying to lose weight, let's say, and you put in all of this work, you put in years of work, and you find out you had the wrong diet plan.
Wow. Well, that sounds like you didn't put in years of work then, huh?
You're going to be pissed. Not because you did all that work, but because you just wish you had the right information. And
okay.
That's the intention. Most of them...
What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my God.
...are not moralistic. And it would be much easier for them to be like, oh... join a religion, like all these girls. And I find it more offensive because I grew up Catholic. Now, look, I am not the most religious person in the world. It's been a minute since I practiced. But I think because I grew up Catholic, there's still a part of me where I know people that deeply believe that religion.
Okay.
And when people converted yesterday, and then now you're going to use Catholicism to build your brand, you're
What
putting
the fuck are you talking about?
it on your Instagram. You know, I just think of some of the more religious people I grew up with, and I just think, how dare you? You know, how dare you? You know, you've been Catholic for 5 minutes. Why don't you, you know, study the religion a little bit before using it to get clout Jesus points? You know, it just rubs me the wrong way. It does. I'm just being honest here. That's what I think about it. What was the talk with that feminist? You could have stayed in her world and crushed it. The only difference between a 9-month-old baby and the day before it's born and the one that is born is a geographical location. I don't know. I just don't negotiate with terrorists, and I was tired.
Right. I'm assuming they're talking about a conversation she had that she did super well on.
All right, I'll keep going.
Why the red pill bro was created in the first
She skipped forward again. This is fucking incredible.
place. Like, their core grievances are often very legitimate. Like, liberal women and progressives, you created a space for the red pill man to thrive. You pushed men for years, for decades. So
For decades, based on your life experience from when you started at 13? Okay.
far into a corner that they had no choice but to turn to people like Andrew Tate to create these ideologies so that they could feel powerful, so that they could have somebody who would say, hey, it's pretty great to be a man.
No, it's because all the conservative guys are simps. They worship women.
I mean, I don't understand why you guys are blaming it on feminism, even if that is a minor factor. Isn't it a bigger factor that like people can't afford to live anymore? You know, what do you think is radicalizing men more? The fact that women are like, hey, we want rights and we're a little angry, or the fact that like jobs are disappearing now and you're seeing billionaires get richer every single day? What do you think is like more impactful? I don't know. Maybe women are just being used as a scapegoat in this instance more than anything else. You think that's a possibility? I think so. You guys ever think about that, or we're just not going to think about it? It's silly. It's silly that you guys are like, oh, well, women did all these things. Okay, men don't feel like they can support themselves or a family anymore. They're frustrated. What do you think that comes from? You think that comes from women, or do you think that comes from the fact that there are people, Elon Musk is worth $500 billion now? What do you know what I mean? Like, what do you think the real issue is here?
Women, they're not true. And this is where I get so frustrated because, you know, a lot of these guys say they fear God, but how can you say you fear God if you fear women? Like, you fear being honest with women. You don't fear God.
That's crazy.
Sorry,
dude.
but when you're bringing on like corn stars,
that was such a hard line. Wow, like that's what she wants people to think. Ever she says some dumbass shit
on your podcast that converted yesterday over men that have studied the religion for years, really? I mean, you care about money. You don't care about God.
Okay, you don't either. You just said you don't practice.
And I would say it deters.
You just said that you're not practicing. What?
People from the religion that actually do believe by doing that bullshit. To be honest, because
doing that bullshit.
the most genuine people I've met in my life, I would say the most. If I just looked at people's actions, the most like helpful people I've ever met, the kind that never lost their temper. I'm thinking of just like 3 or 4 people I grew up with. If I'm being
your dad?
honest, they weren't religious, and it was because of all. One of them told I would ask him why they're not religious. One said it feels like a show. Second guy said he was tired of gay men telling him how to live. Third guy, you know.
Who are these guys? And also, how did we get here? How did we get to the? I mean, I know I keep saying it, but like, none of this makes sense. I don't even know how we got here. She's not making any points. We've just managed to get to like such a strange spot in the conversation. I really don't. It doesn't make any sense how we didn't. Nothing intelligent happened for us to get here. We just kind of got here. We're just ranting about religion now. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
It's because they go to the church and they get nagged a lot of times by women.
What?
Or it's the guy at the front catering to women. I've never really
The guy at the front of the church, you're saying?
I've never heard the majority of marriages are sexless. They don't have sex. That is the norm. They'll try to gaslight you with stats that say otherwise. Most women stop putting out after they get the kids. That's just the norm.
Oh, okay. I mean, if that's true, do you think it has something to do with guys not wanting to fuck them anymore because they feel like they're not young enough? And right, like, isn't that your whole thing? Talk about how guys only want babies to fuck, basically, like very young people that are like, oh, I want the supple 18-year-old, barely legal girl. It's better than my 40-year-old wife that had 3 kids for me. Oh yeah, you know, that's what the red pill is all about, though. So it's weird that you're putting it on the woman. I'm not saying that it can't be the woman. She's saying it only is the woman. That's the whole problem with her shit.
Never heard a sermon on women having sex with their husbands in my
Why would you hear a sermon about women having sex with their husbands? It's a private matter.
life ever. I have never heard a sermon on female.
I think that's because she likes that. I think she wants to hear that because she's a book talk girl. She wants to hear about guys getting fucked, I guess.
Female gossiping. I went to church for. I have heard sermons dedicated to male sin, corn. I've heard that, but and I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about because
I don't think that not having sex is a sin. Is that an addiction? I don't understand.
I'm passionate about this topic because I hate when people use religion to manipulate people and nag. It drives me nuts. I can't stand it.
What the fuck are you talking about?
So
wow, some people here think I sometimes go too hard on religion, but at least when I talk about it, it's actually relevant. She's just ranting about religion for no reason whatsoever. She's just ranting about religion because she decided to. It's very strange. It's not even relevant. What the fuck?
Oh, do you know what? Undead Chronic was going to come on. I forgot about him. I forgot about him.
Who the fuck is Undead Chronic? Is it some rapper?
So, yeah. I'm a happy man with my beautiful cat. All right, let me continue.
And
Okay.
even if that version of a man is kind of performative and a caricature, in my opinion. And I'm sorry, but the result of all of that, what this has become, is a major turnoff for women. Even women who
All right, this is hilarious.
who might share your values or politically agree with you. Because like you didn't want to date a feminist woman who hated you for your manhood and just hated your basic identity and wanted to take advantage of you through sex, women also are not going to want to date men who are assholes and hate them for just being women. And I really think that a lot of these men online that we see just generally don't like women.
Yeah, I agree with that. They don't like women at all. That's the whole point of being a red pill. They don't want to like women. They don't want to have to respect them. They don't want to put in the work. So
There she goes. The shaming language. They don't like women.
yeah, they don't. Okay.
Because this is what the women do. Men are used to being criticized.
Oh, shit.
I mean, guys,
What
put in
the
the
fuck?
chat. How old were you the first time somebody criticized you, made fun of you?
Chat. How old were you when you started getting parented? That's what she's saying.
Roasted you. I mean, men are used to it. So when
Guys, when was the first time that you were actually parented by your parent? That's what criticism is, by the way. When your fucking mom and dad were like, hey, this is not good. That's it. That's all she's talking about.
women, we want this easy internet
Jesus
money.
Christ.
You know what I mean? So we want this awesome job. I love this job. This is a great job. But we can't take what comes with it, which is criticism.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I mean, that's why,
You're acting like women never get criticized. All you do on your show is fucking complain about women and criticize them.
Melania stays in the background because when you're front and center, that comes with critiques. That comes with criticism. Not everybody's made for it.
Okay.
But
Fuck.
what women we have a tendency to want is we say, put me front and center. And the men say, okay, here you go. Here's your microphone.
This
And
game is so much harder than the first one. It's actually fucking insane. Like, I'm actually fucking surprised. It's very bizarre. Maybe they're trying to make it like actually feel like a woman. But in the other one, you were like the assassinations were easier. The game was like, more fluid. You had better tools. I feel like the enemies died faster. I'm on lethal mode, so they're supposed to die like as fast as I am, but they fucking take like tons of hits. They fucking still one shot you. It's insane.
And then
Fuck
we get
you.
criticism. And then we say, well, you just hate women. No, honey. No, honey. That's called being in a man's world. You asked for it. You're here. I mean, you're here. You're doing this. The internet, it's not a nice place.
What is happening?
You seen 4chan? I mean, before all the women came on the internet, I mean, you go on 4chan, they used to require women, they would say tits or get the F out.
Whoa. Did you just learn about 4chan yesterday?
You used to have to show your boobs to have an opinion. Maybe we should go back to that. I'm just kidding.
Wow, that was a really edgy joke. You got us there, Pearl. I thought you were serious for a second. I was almost like, whoa, this girl's so based.
Yeah, 5, 1, 2, everyone say get super young. So they always come back and then they shame you and they say, oh, well, you just hate women. No, but when you're in the front and center, that's part of the job. I mean, I just got a super chat. That's part of the job. People criticize you. Your fans criticize you. Even. It is what it is.
Okay.
All right, $20 super chat. Oh, wait, I read that already.
Wow, you got $20. You don't even want to. You're not even going to reference it? Jesus. Entitled women, am I right, guys?
And like I read their posts, I'm like, have you ever like been friends with a woman? Like, have you
We skip forward again. Isn't that fucking crazy? My wife got me a coffee. Beautiful. She knows her place. Am I right, bro?
you ever had any like moment of enjoyment with like a female, a person of the opposite sex? Because based on what you're saying, it seems like you just don't like us. And so it is no surprise.
And one of the biggest black pills for men
I bet Pearl wishes she would get a big black pill.
is that they don't like women as much as they thought.
They're gay? What?
It's a realization.
What? So you're agreeing with her?
Realization a lot of men have. Men don't really get a lot out of female friendship. They don't really get anything out of it, to be honest.
I do. I love my wife. She's cool. I hate everybody else, but I love my wife. I don't like girls. I don't like boys. I like my wife. So, you know.
So, I mean,
the one thing about red pill is if they're gay. That's what Pearl just told us. Isn't that pretty cool? That's so beautiful.
I would say a lot of these opinion comes from being friends with women and getting screwed over by women. I mean, half the time when men get screwed over by women, it's not even a woman that they're sleeping with. It's some woman in the friend group that hates them for whatever reason.
Maybe they're fucking assholes. They're only being friends with them to fuck them. Based.
The situation that is occurring more and more frequently in our modern dating culture. This is from the New York Post, a recent article from a couple months ago. According to 19-year-old Liza, who's dating someone in his 20s and sat down with the outlet, she said, I'd go on the odd date with someone my age, and more often than not, it would end up in a straight-up argument when he started saying that Andrew Tate makes good points. Her boyfriend now, this older guy, is, quote, super chill, a feminist, and weirdly, so are most of his mates.
Okay, so women...
So what's so funny here is it sounds like, because Brett Cooper's talking about how red pill just hates women. And now she's talking about how like a guy likes Andrew Tate and it was like they were unfuckable to them, and she doesn't like the red pill. So what I'm hearing here is like, oh, maybe men have been acting like with a level of entitlement, and that's why girls don't want to fuck them, and maybe that's one of the issues that guys are having. You ever think about that? Maybe men need to be a little more respectful.
They like older guys that are feminist for two.
I mean, I think one of the biggest things too is like there's been a transition. You know, women are getting more rights. Ew, no, and it's an adjustment. Like if your dad raised you in a way where he treated his wife, which is a little more regressive, right? He's a product of his times. And then like you're being raised by your dad, but you're seeing that women have more of an equal say now. So it's like getting tough. So then you get older and you were taught to talk about women in a certain way, and you realize like, oh shit, it's not working out like that, and you get frustrated because there was a drastic shift in the dynamic, like the male female dynamic. It's not something that you can't contend with. It's just like difficult to, because your dad taught you how to act already, so it makes it more difficult.
Two reasons.
How are you alive still?
When men are younger, they tend to be more open with their opinions politically, but then they realize it doesn't get them laid, so they learn to lie better.
Okay.
So that's option one. Option two.
So you're just telling us that men are dishonest. That's what your take is. You think that maybe that might make it difficult for them to date?
Is that women, again, they don't want men to have red pill information because it's the sign of a power-hungry woman. So the more women react angrily to the red pill and get mad at it, it shows in their psychology, which this is most women, a lack of control.
What?
They're power-hungry, and they can't let it go.
Okay. Lots to unpack there, Pearl.
Andrew Tate does not make good points, though. Well,
that sucks.
I agree with some of it. I don't agree with some. I mean, he's a person. I don't follow everything he tweets.
What are the things you do and don't agree with? I'm just curious.
Missed all of the manosphere stuff, and it shows. So now, unfortunately, because of all this red pill bro stuff, women are being pushed even further into the opposite.
Someone said, damn, my woman ran off with my best friend. Damn, I miss him.
Direction, into the welcoming arms of these older, chill, feminist bros with their chill.
Oh yeah, Brett Cooper does owe an apology to Ben Hart.
The fuck?
Yeah. Where was that apology, Brett? Show me the humility. And Candace Owens, you owe one to Steven Crowder.
Why?
I want an apology.
Why does Crowder get one?
Apology for Steven Crowder. That was as loud as your accusation of him being an abusive monster.
Well, he was abusive to his wife, so that's probably why the accusation happened.
Towards him. That was a shitty, fucked up thing to do.
Why? He was being abusive.
And I have been waiting patiently for like 2 years now for you to apologize.
Why? Why would she apologize?
Let's see the humility, Candace.
Older feminist bro mates. But of course, because we need to be fair, the women in this scenario are also not blameless, literally at all. Like they might have started this whole thing from the get-go. And in talking about this, my mind immediately goes to Alex Cooper and her podcast, Call Her Daddy. But before we keep going, I want to thank today's sponsor. Now, if you followed me for the past few years, you know that there is a product that I have loved for a long time, and that would be my Bond Charge infrared sonar. She and her original co-host would often tell women that they needed to have a
I'm going to show you guys a female manipulation tactic.
Can't wait. Let's hear it. It'll be a lot of fun, I bet.
So we're gonna go. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna go back and resit. Should have brought a paper towel over here or something.
So how are you not prepared for that? Should have brought a paper towel or something. Oh shit! I didn't even know that you could do this.
Right,
That's
so,
I thought about that.
I'm gonna put. It's okay. I got it off next time. So what I call, in general, the hoe pipeline, usually is
Do you call it that, or other people do? Oh, now I see why you shouldn't abuse that.
step one. Major university. Now, by the way, hoes can go to big schools and small schools. This does not allow. This does not mean a woman's not a hoe just because she went to a small school. But I'll say, the bigger the city,
My character was drunk.
the bigger the college, the more of an ability a woman has to be a hoe. Hoes thrive in environments where they can be anonymous, unless
Cool.
she's a shameless hoe. Shameless hoes, I mean, they'll do it anywhere. They have no shame.
What does this have to do with Brett Cooper, dude? What does this have to do with Brett Cooper? Shameless hoes. What does this have to do with Brett Cooper? I don't understand.
And we love them for that. We love honest hoes here. So, major university.
Okay.
Now then, you get major university. And you
Can you start by telling us what a hoe is? I'm very confused.
generally sorority. It's a lot of hoeing.
A lot of hoeing. They do be hoeing all the time, dude.
Easy majors, because look, it's not that women with hard majors can't be hoes, but it's just the more time they have to hoe. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No.
if she she was studying to be a doctor, she'd have a little less time. But don't worry,
Isn't being a doctor bad, though? Because she should give that job up for a woman.
we always make time for what we want most in life, and some women it's hoeing. Then
Apparently, you're either a hoe. According to Pearl, if you're a woman, you're either a hoe or you're stealing a job from a man. That's it.
and it's the hoe pipeline is major university. Oh wait, sorry, major city.
Oh, you can't do a jump R2 attack. That's my problem. Okay, gotcha. Farted.
And then that's usually going to be dating apps.
Love the camera in this game. It's amazing.
And obviously, the more time that goes by, the more time women have had to hoe. And so what'll happen is, generally speaking, women will say, I'm not like that.
Okay.
But it's always based off of women's word, right? That
Right,
men
women.
believe the women off of their word, which only simps do, you know. But what the women will do is say that you're like evil if you
did
think
not
maybe
even do
they
that.
hoed a little bit. I'm not saying you went all out. There's levels of hoeing. Maybe I'll do a hierarchy of hoeing. But then you go back to gaslighting.
Dude, why the fuck are these so much health?
All right.
Men lining up waiting for them to date, that they should, quote unquote, have sex like a man, that they should toy and play
I'm a trad conservative woman. Now, men, let me talk to you and tell you what it means to be a man and why you're wrong. Yeah.
games with men as a way of gaining power and confidence. Like, this is literally how they named their podcast, Call Her Daddy. Take a listen.
For people that don't know what Call Her Daddy means, the word daddy is what? It's like you're a boss, you're a badass, you're powerful, dominant.
In the bedroom specifically.
Yeah, and you are in control of your life
Right.
and in control in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So the entire premise, the entire idea behind this huge culture-changing podcast was the idea that women should dominate in life and dominate in the bedroom at the expense of men. That men, to them, were actually disposable. And this is something she has said.
This is how
Who gives a fuck about some fucking podcast? I don't understand. Who gives a shit? What the fuck?
we solve all of your problems. He didn't text me back. You have a
This is just a red pill for women. It's just not as bad. Red pill for men. Hey, let me teach you how to groom and rape women. Red pill for women. Hey, we're actually in charge. One's cringe, one's a crime. I don't really understand. Who gives a fuck about this I'm Your Daddy podcast bullshit? Why are you guys such a weird grifters? You guys are so strange. You guys act like just because there's bad on both sides that one of them, they're both the same. They're not. Okay? Red pill men are more dangerous than fucking, I don't know, pink pilled women. What would you call these fucking, they're cringe. That's it. Cringe. Girl boss. Girl Gross, guys, girl boss. I love girls. Call me daddy. Like, okay, that's a little cringe. I'm just not going to watch it. Hey, guys, I'm going to sell you a $50 a month course on how to groom and sex traffic women. My name is Andrew Tate. I'm basically Epstein. Wow, one of those might be worse. Those things, one of those two might be a little bit worse than the other one. Why the fuck do I care about this? You guys point to this as like, oh, this is the reason men are fucking blah. Men. You want to know what the biggest issue of men is? Is that we play video games, we jack off a lot, and it made us a little bit antisocial. And that's it. We jerked off a lot, and we didn't have our dad, and it's tough to live out there money wise because you got a lot of billionaires out there. Are there some other factors there, like online feminism? Is it a factor? Sure. Get a job. Try to get a job. Go be a plumber. I don't know. You'll fucking go be a plumber. You'll get over your red pill shit once you're making money and girls want to fuck you because you have money. And also buy dude wipes, please. Guys, wipe your fucking assholes. Most of your assholes have poop in it. It's not good. It's a really big thing. You'll be surprised. If you wipe your butthole with a dude wipe and there's no poopy in your butthole, girls will like you a lot more. It's shocking. It's somehow the standard, it's the status quo to have poopy in your asshole as a man. That's something I've learned. I don't have poopy in my asshole. I use baby wipes personally, but they're cheaper. But do what you got to do, man. Clean your butt. Start digging in your butt, twin.
Full roster, okay? You line them up. He ditches you, you grab the next and the next and the next.
So basically what she's saying there.
So now, where the rubber meets the road, if you ask conservative women, were you a virgin on your wedding day?
Whoa.
Because, my question is, where is the guy
Pearl, are you a fucking virgin?
you lost your virginity to? Where is he? In a way, you're doing the same thing. Maybe not to the extent of call her daddy. I think she had genital warts at like 22, so that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad in the hierarchy of hoeing. There's worse hoes and, less worse hoes. But you guys see what I'm saying here. It's now I'm just supposed to believe. Now I have to believe you did none of this based on your word. Really?
Okay.
I'm just being honest here.
Is her rationale for...
And I'm not saying she ran a train or some bullshit. I'm not saying she did that, but... Would I bet money?
Be a lot cooler if you did. Although usually trains come with non-consensual sex. That's not good.
I would probably bet my life savings that at some point at a 4-year university, in a sorority, that you probably had at least one night stand. I think that's a fair.
Are you saying that she's that Brett Cooper is like a whore now? Like, I'm not understanding. It seems like you're desperately trying to pin her as somebody who's fucked a bunch of guys. Dude, she's so desperate. She's so desperate to make it seem like she's a bad person. It's fucking crazy. Holy fuck.
I think that's fair. But what they'll do is they'll say, well, not all women are like that and gaslight. But the thing is, if you're not like that as a woman, you don't have to defend yourself. You really don't, because your actions will just speak. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to. But the more the women defend it, I almost think the more likely they did something. Because, then I would just see innocence in you. Do you know what I mean? I would just see it.
You just so perceptive you would see the innocence in there?
Not surprising, a lot of time overpaid, privileged women will grow feminist ego. Brett is going in the direction of Tommy Lauren and Lauren Southern. No, I don't. She won't hoe as bad as Lauren Southern. That was pretty bad. I don't think, anyways. Tommy Lauren, yeah, I see similarities there. But the thing is with TradCon women, usually what happens is she's going to go more the Candace Owens route, where she gets to say whatever she wants and her husband gets to be her backup plan. It's a great way to go.
Okay.
As a woman, I mean, you do whatever you want, someone else pays for it.
That is my wife. We're having a soup party. It's fucking expensive, bro. It's going to cost us, we have a soup party every year. It's so nice. We're having 70 people are going to be there. They're bringing their own soups and stuff, and we're cleaning the house. We have so many people. We're going to porta potty, $350. To rent the porta potty it's for 5 days basically, because they drop it off 2 days before and they pick it up 2 days after. But $350. So it's going to cost us $500 or so just for a fucking soup party at the house. But you know what? I like it. But we have a cesspool and I don't want to overfill it, so I'm like, fuck it. We have 2 bathrooms, but I'm gonna make all the men pee. I'm gonna make all the men pee in the latrine, in the porta potty. Pearl, I'm gonna make all the boys pee in the porta potty. I'm gonna make the boys pee in the porta potty.
Feminism 101,
having a roster of men and just dating around, because if one pisses you off, we'll just go find another one. You need to have a bunch lined up.
I think Uncle Andrew abandoned us. He hasn't live streamed in a few days, and I need to give someone money. Here's $5 more. Who's Uncle Andrew? Like Andrew Wilson? Oh, okay.
that you can sleep with, that you can date, because if a man pisses
Well, thank you. We love Andrew here.
you off, don't deal with it, don't handle it, whatever, just move on and date somebody else, because you should not have to be.
Well, I mean, that's what all of you did. That's what every TradCon woman did. They did not marry the average earning high school sweetheart or college sweetheart. They all.
Who'd you marry though? I'm just curious.
They all. Because here's the thing: we got to ask as a society: do we want men or women sleeping with men they're not attracted to? That's the question. You either think yes or no.
Probably not. You should probably be attracted to the person that you have sex with.
And if you think yes, then well, we are going to have the society we have today. If you think no, well, then
I'm not understanding. Are you what?
we're going to have to use some force because that is the only way women are going to do it. I'm being honest here.
Did you say about to rape women? I'm not even kidding. I have to re-listen to that.
That's what every TradCon
Somebody else because
or college sweetheart. They all because here's the thing: we got to ask as a society: do we want men or women sleeping with men they're not attracted to? That's the
I don't think people should sleep with people they're not attracted to. Generally speaking, no.
question. You either think yes or no.
Okay, no.
And if you think yes, then well, we are going to have the society we have today.
Okay.
If you think no, well, then we're going to have to use some force because
If I don't think that people should sleep with each other if they don't find each other attractive, I am a supporter. What force? What?
that is the only way women are going to do it. I'm being honest here.
Do what? What the fuck are you, dude? This is insane. Did she just like lightly drop that we need to start raping women as a society? This is psychotic.
Being honest. You know, I mean,
Being honest with what do you mean? Being honest with what?
Brett can't. All women in general.
I'm pretty sure that she's saying that like with society, the way the society works today, dude, this woman is an actual freak. She's just getting more and more like she's escalating more and more as she falls off harder and harder. Jesus Christ.
To use our hypergamy. So we always keep doing. We keep.
Holy fuck. Maybe she means arranged marriage. Arranged marriage is babe, bro. Arranged marriage is to some degree going to be like a form of sexual assault. Like if you're forced to marry somebody you're not attracted to, that I don't know. Maybe it's not a sexual assault, but it's still, I would say, very inappropriate. But I don't think that's what she's talking about. She's an Andrew Tate supporter.
Going and going until we can't go no mo.
Beholden to this awful man who was giving you the ick or doing something wrong because they are just disposable. Like her ideology was based on the fact that men are pigs, so women should be pigs back towards them. Like we should get back at them. And now, years later, this podcast has been around for over 5-6 years now. Finally, now that she is older, maybe a bit more mature, she is married, she's talking about having kids, she is finally comfortable saying the quiet part out loud that yes, in fact, she wanted to punish them. This is a recent clip from her interview on the Armchair Expert podcast. Take a listen.
Did you want to punish them?
Kind of.
Yeah. All women are spiteful. Every
Okay, great stuff.
single you should fear women because we are very spiteful creatures.
You just said that men need to rape women. I don't really know. Like, what do you like? I don't really know where you're getting this. I don't know where you're getting the confidence from to talk about these things the way that you're talking about them.
Any woman that pretends she's not spiteful at all, it's a virtue signal. Okay.
Okay.
All women have that in us. It's something we have to.
Who cares? I like. Oh, here's the thing. I don't know if all women have it in them. Who cares? My wife can be spiteful as fuck. It don't give a shit. Like people can be shitty sometimes. Oh fuck, dude, we own the new. Like sometimes people are shitty. Like yeah, I agree. Women also can be shitty. Oh my god, I'm not woke. What's your point? Like you know what I mean? Like you know, okay, I could be a fucking asshole. But I'm with my wife. My wife and I love each other. We balance each other out. And we hold each other accountable for our shit. Who cares if women can be spiteful? One of the things you'll hear, though, is like if you're a guy like, yeah, I've been with a woman who is spiteful. They're so true. Everything's right. Women are terrible. It's like, dude, yeah, no shit. Some women are spiteful. And you probably have a fucking anger problem and shit yourself and don't fucking clean your asshole very well. That's just life, all right? But you get with somebody and they can help you fucking work on your bullshit. It's really not that fucking, it's not that deep.
Watch, okay? It's a negative. The same way, you know, men love naked boobs.
Whoa, men love naked boobs, dude.
Will, in the right situation, they'll bang whores. They will.
Wow.
Women will be spiteful in the right situation.
Okay. Are you saying what? I think I agree, but you're what? Men are dogs, for sure. I agree with that. But like, what are you trying to say with that? Are you saying it sounds like you're saying it's a bad thing, and that all women are spiteful or whatever? You're saying it in a bad way. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying it in it is what it is way. What?
What would you rate Brett in terms of look? I just did this earlier. Notice Brett gets married and becomes a nagging witch.
Whoa.
She's got to go back to her. Women always go back to their true colors after the ring.
Wow.
I don't think all of her stuff is bad, but these ones are. I said for her age, she's a 6 overall. For her age group, she's a 4. Yeah, I know. Overall 6. For her age group, 4. The 6 is a balance because she used to be thin. I think she's pregnant now, so we'll see how thin she's after the baby.
What the fuck? What a freak. She used to be thin. She's pregnant, by the way. So pregnant makes you fat? I don't understand that like mentality. I really truly don't understand that mentality to be like, oh, being pregnant makes you fat. I feel like it doesn't. It's so weird because the way she talks, what she's effectively communicating is that being pregnant is unattractive. That's weird to me. You should be horny for your fucking pregnant wife.
She better stay thin though, because you do not have a strong enough face card to you just be hot, you know.
What?
I think because I have never had a hard time making female friends. That was like the thing that filled me up the most. I always felt so comfortable around women, being on soccer teams, filming with my best friends. Like I love it. Like I love female friendships. And then when I finally got to a point where I changed my hair and changed my skin and all of the things, when boys were drooling over me and I was just like, oh, I hate you.
I mean, at least she's honest. That is sort of a good thing, but everything that she's...
I know, that's the worst part. As a woman.
Being honest? What does that understand?
I mean, you shouldn't hate him for it, but not all of the fake stuff works, but a decent amount of it does. I won't lie to you guys. I won't lie. I mean, men can't really tell plastic stuff as much as they think. They wish they could, but they notice the ones that go too far, but I'll do a more in-depth show on that a different day.
Saying everything that she has blabbered about for the last 6 years on her podcast, it is awful, it is unkind, and also it is self-harming behavior.
Wow,
It is not,
we've really skipped ahead.
Not just unhealthy for men, it impacts them negatively. It's impacting the women negatively who choose to act.
Yeah, whenever men complain about their problems, women always have to make it about them. Always. Always. And they're like, the women are like, well, why don't you open up? And their men are like, yeah, I'm opening up. You guys are being fucking bitches to us, you stupid.
Whoa, bad word. Also, just to be absolutely clear, I don't have this problem. Like, I don't know. Maybe you guys need to have like healthier boundaries with your fucking... I think one of the problems is the red pill teaches that all like men are always right. That's your problem. If you're dating somebody that's shitty, you're probably also shit. This is something that people really should keep in mind, whether you're a male advocate, female advocate, whether you're toxic or non-toxic about it, you know, red pill or, you know, uber feminist cringe, I guess. It's like if you're dating a shitty partner, you're probably guaranteed shit also. That's like 99.99% of the time. And if you're like, not me, yes, you. The only time it's different is if like there's a legitimate like horrific abuse happening. But like you're also probably shit. If your fucking boyfriend or your girlfriend is a piece of shit, you suck. You fucking suck. You don't deserve anything better because you're acting like shit too. Leave them, work on yourself, and try to get better. And put better energy out into the world. I was shit. I had like shit partners because I was shit. And I have a good partner because my wife has helped me be a good person. Now I'm happy. So it's just something. It'll make you feel better because if you're somebody's like, oh man, I've been through 5 different people and they've all been terrible. It's you. It's your fault. And once you can acknowledge that, you're like, oh shit, it's my fault. If I can, you know, engage in some introspection, I can figure out how to move through this and like find a good partner because I have control. If something is your fault, that means that you get to have control over it. That's a very good thing. You should try to put as much onto yourself as you can because then you're like, okay, this is my fault, which means it's my solution. If I'm the problem, I can fix it. If somebody else is the problem, I can't fix that. It's a good idea. Did I call Pearl babe? Did I call Pearl? Oh my God, I'm bald. Did I? No way, dude. No way.
And then they're like, well, not like that. And then the men are like, well, you said.
Oh, dude, I fucking... Thanks.
You know, it's but this is again, it's controlling behavior. And that's what I swear, Bonnie Blue understands male psychology because Bonnie Blue has a more feminine presence than a lot of these conservative commentators.
Oh, shit.
People hated me when I said that. But Bonnie Blue had people telling her she was a bad person to her face, but watch her in her interviews. She sits quietly, she listens, she doesn't defend herself, she just says, mm-hmm. And that present, you can tell she's studied men. That's how whores win. You know, I know somebody who her husband left her for a stripper. She literally got left for a stripper. She was a more conservative, you know, And sometimes the conservative women lose is because in the dating market with women, I really see two categories the most. It's kind of the women that get it and the women that don't. The women that get it, they're usually straight whores, right? Because they've studied men, and in order to get
Jesus Christ.
they had to go on a million dates, throw the poon.
There's like 10 different attack patterns per enemy. It's actually annoying as fuck.
Yeah. But then you got the other women that are just clueless about male psychology. Clueless. They don't understand that men don't want to talk to us all the time. They don't understand. They don't understand that men need a plan. They don't understand why they can't. Like, for example, they don't understand why they can't ask men why every step of the way when they're making a plan, and how that's undermining him in a way. When you ask him why we're doing every little thing, stuff like that, stuff that is tough to teach, but it's just, social skills, with men to some extent. And what I see is these women, if they lose to the whores, it's because the whores have studied men. Now, eventually the whores will let their true personalities out, which are crazy, fucking insane. You can't take that much dick and not go insane. Do you know what I mean? But, at least the facade does pretty well. It's easy to tell when women are plastic for the most part. They're either divorced or sluts and loud. You can't, even if you can't tell, you can tell. No, I'll go through. There's certain surgeries men can tell, and there's certain ones that I would say they can't. Like, okay, let me put, let me see. I'll show you guys this really quick. Don't show this screen. I got to make sure this woman is not naked.
Okay.
Not her.
Well, and I'm sorry. Again, why are we on the conversation about plastic surgery? What does that have to do with Brett Cooper saying red pill is bad? Like, what's happening here?
Okay, so do I need to bring it over here? This one, okay. All right, so what work do you think she's had done in this picture?
Who cares?
Oh, full screen, okay. So I don't think most men would notice that she's had lipo. I don't think most men would notice it.
Okay. I don't think that most men would be able to attain a girl like that. So who cares? Who gives a fuck?
She got lipo on her stomach, so that's why her waist is so small. I don't think most men would notice. I don't. Things like that. I don't think most men notice.
Maybe. Who cares? I think that what's interesting is, like, maybe this is true. But, like, for Pearl, the reason she needs to say this is because she likes to put down women the best way that she feels like she can. And for Pearl, like, that's kind of the whole point. It's like, okay, I want to put down other women so I could feel better about myself. That's it. She wants to feel better about herself. Because she doesn't like herself at all. Because she was raised by a mom who talked about how ugly she was for being overweight. That's it. Like, she's talked about this before. I've seen her talk about this like a long time ago. That's exactly who Pearl is.
Nose jobs, I would say. Most men would not nose job before and after.
Wow, crazy.
Let's see. Yeah, like, I don't think most men would see this girl on the street. Let me show this one. And think that she's had plastic surgery. It's so small. I'm going to make it bigger.
Whoa, plastic surgery. Crazy.
Let me see if this one will go bigger. Okay, this one's a little bigger. I don't think most men would see her on the right and automatically think she had a nose job. I
Pretty sure the one on the left is Photoshop, but okay.
just don't. I think men are kind of light Botox. I don't think men notice. Light lip filler. I don't even.
Is this like a normal thing people have to deal with? That they date girls that have gotten work? And why do you care? Why do you care if the girl has work, though? Like, Pearl doesn't even think men should be satisfied or happy with having kids. That's not something that they should value for whatever reason. So, like, who gives a fuck? What's going to happen? Oh, she got work. That means their kid's going to come out ugly? Like, who gives a shit? What?
I don't even think they notice. The challenge is women, we have a tendency to never stop. So let's do a blepharoplasty.
Wow. Thank God. You like how it's called the Audacity Network? Pearl has a name for her failed network.
I think the blepharoplasties are kind of more noticeable, but
okay.
Like, I don't think that men would see this girl on the right and think she's had a ton of work done.
I don't think I care. Nobody cares.
Just, my opinion.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Because men just don't notice small details as much as women do.
Okay.
Now, there's certain stuff that men do notice, but it's just not. Here, let me go back to this. My opinion.
Okay.
Like this, but she and others like her, especially in Hollywood, they influenced an entire generation of women with these kinds of values.
Yeah, someone said it's hard because they go from mid to mid. I know. I don't think most plastic surgery brings women up that much, with the exception of women that have really bad honkers. I do think that can go up a point or two. I mean, if the nose is that, I've seen women with the honkers.
Honkers? Okay.
I do think lipo kit, because, okay, I'll show you guys. Let me show you one more. I've done polls on plastic surgery where I poll men and I ask them if they think a woman's natural. Usually the results are not definitive enough for me to... I think this is too much nudity to do BBLs before and after. We'll just continue.
Okay. Thanks, Pearl. Appreciate it.
That we need to be terrible to men as a way of punishing them. That our empowerment comes from sleeping around and screwing with men and playing games with them, because that is what they deserve.
Lily Phillips also had a labiaplasty, apparently. So
why does she care? Why is she talking about somebody's fucking vaginal work? I don't. What does it matter? Why is she so obsessed with this shit?
If you do want to look at her porn, you can tell me if you think it looks natural or not. I don't know. Women are getting vaginoplasties now.
Is where this divide started. So taking all of that into consideration, the years of that, it is no wonder that now men are responding by basically doing the same thing to women.
Yeah, so this is a bad comparison. They'll say that feminists are, they will say that red pill is the same thing as feminism, but it's not. Remember, the red pill is 20 years of the forums and men coming together to solve their problems. It's
20 years of terminally online behavior.
Kind of like an instruction manual. That's what it is. And sometimes the material is used in people's shows, but it's not a movement. It's not an ideology. It's not trying to accomplish political goals.
Yes, it is. What are you talking about? It's all those things.
It was just men coming together to solve their problems. You and Angel.
Yeah, they haven't, because they still can't get any pussy. So
Reese, one-on-one, how bad does she?
The biggest thing is like, hey guys, just be rich and you can fuck girls. Like, don't work on your personality, just get rich.
I don't think I would win that. I mean, she's in the WNBA. I did not make it that far, so I would guess she would win.
And we're villainized by these women for just doing normal man things. Women blew their behaviors out of proportion, called them toxic and manipulative.
Okay, Doug MP, I appreciate you being a supporter of the channel, but I understand it's easy to like look at women's basketball and say those women suck. And we...
Pearl's taking it personally when people say women's sports suck because she was a woman who did sports. And that was her, like, she literally developed doing sports, which is why her body looks like somebody who would play sports. That's why Pearl's body looks like somebody who would play sports growing. You know what I mean? Like, your body's going to adapt to what the stressors you're putting on it. So she grew up as a sports person. Now her body looks like a sports girl person. That's which is a compliment, by the way, guys. Very, very good compliment.
We do compared to men, but she had to pass through a lot of tests that I did not pass. You know, I didn't even go D1 for basketball. You know what I mean? So I don't think I would win. I don't.
That the patriarchy was this awful thing, and now it seems like a whole group of scorned men, understandably scorned, who have been hurt and shamed for years, has had enough. And they're going, fine, we'll just become that, and we'll do all of these things to get back at you. So it is this endless, endless cycle, and I'm sorry to tell you guys, but two wrongs do not make a right. We are now basically in a washing machine of chaos and bad behavior and just being assholes to each other.
Yep,
But unfortunately...
Yeah, Brett, honey, sweetie.
Sweetie.
Men do the behaviors that women reward. So again...
What does that mean? I don't really understand what that means.
Again, this was not men saying, oh, how can we get back at women? You know, some of the men said, I want to find a wife. And they said, what's the best way to find a wife?
Are you saying that the reason that guys are sexless is because they're doing the women are rewarded? And this doesn't make any sense. Sometimes guys will do that. It's not like a blanket. It's not a good blanket statement. It doesn't make any sense as a blanket statement. It sounds like a fucking idiot.
Wife. And the men got together and they said, bang a bunch of women. Okay. So you can tell the difference between the good ones and the bad ones. And then, you know, the ones that are less ran through, they'll stick around and they'll display better behaviors. And then boom, you have a wife. She'll stick around long enough. And that was what they came up with. It wasn't, you know, I want you to know, a lot of these guys, they wanted to do things the right way. They wanted to treat women right, but then women wouldn't respond. So it's like they're trying to start a car, but the key won't work. And so they say, okay, let me try this.
I don't even know how to contest with this because it's just so fucking idiotic. I don't really understand what this broad term means. Like, yeah, I understand. I just don't get. I don't even understand. I don't understand, actually. She's just talking. I get the idea that like people will engage in behaviors that typically benefit them in some way, but men treating women like like running through women. I don't. It's like it's so hard to. I don't even understand what the fuck we're talking about because it's not even relevant to what she's saying. Brett Cooper is talking about how people are in a toxic back and forth cycle of, you know, anti-male, anti-female behavior. I could generally agree with that. Pearl's talking about how I guess it's girls' fault that happened. I guess okay, maybe that's what she's trying to say. She's just such a terrible communicator.
It's key over here. It's not like they want to do that, but it just is what it is.
Looking at our society and our culture and the trends and the attitudes, it makes sense. But again, that doesn't make it right. Neither of those behaviors from either of these groups, the toxic feminists that just want to sleep around, the red pill bros that hate women, neither of those behaviors
There's the shaming language again.
or attitudes
Yeah, well, you literally said before that like red pill guys don't like women. How is it shaming behavior?
are right or moral or good or promote goodness. They're only contributing to a greater divide.
Okay, but who are you to say, who are you to decide who is promoting goodness? What thinks you have that authority?
What makes you think you have the authority? I mean, literally, Brett would just say God. And what are you going to say? You're God? Andrew Tate? Sex trafficker? Like what?
It's so out of order. And I'm so sick of conservative women doing this bullshit. Oh my God, I grew up around women like this. They beat you over the head with the Bible before they fix their own life and stop nagging their husbands. They never
See, it's her mom. Her mom used to do that to her.
can do it. Oh my God. You can tell they nag their husbands. Because if they're nagging the general public and all these random people, you think they treat their husbands better? No. So
Probably, yeah. Actually, my wife's mean to everybody but me.
it's what makes you think you have the authority to tell men what's right? You don't. Shut the fuck up, you know.
And distrust and a dislike of the opposite sex. That is the undercurrent that runs under all of this, is genuinely just disliking people of the opposite gender. And Billy Ray Brandt, who is a great video creator who actually used to make red pill content, she broke down this problem here. She was seeing it.
Oh my God, I'm gonna kill myself. You're gonna bring up
Whoa, don't do it.
Billy Ray. Oh my gosh. No, she didn't, Brett. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about.
Firsthand, this was the community that she was in, and I think she put it well. Take a listen.
Let me tell you about my biggest issue with red pill influencers. I used to think they all wanted to defeat feminism.
Yeah, because women can't take it. They get in the kitchen.
Well, yeah, I think that person's going to go on to say that they actually want to keep feminism around because it gives them something to complain about. So yeah, I agree with that.
Can't take it, and then they blame the kitchen. It's like, bitch, why are you here? Why are you on the internet?
Jesus
if you're just gonna, they go back to the tone policing. Women always go into it, not all, but women don't have a tendency to go into industries, not be able to handle it, and then cry about everybody in it.
What?
Now I'm just realizing that they use feminism as an excuse to encourage negativity and toxic behavior amongst men. They bitch about women being hoes, but encourage men to be more promiscuous and create more hoes. They nihilistically claim that modern women are completely irredeemable. And rather than encouraging men and women to go change their ways and right the wrongs, they just bitch and moan while collecting a
Yeah, okay, because again, women think that they can say the world should be a certain way and that it'll do something. Men are...
Isn't it though? You're literally here complaining about how the world isn't good anymore because women got their way. And now you're like, oh, women just think they can do that? Apparently they can. That's by your logic, that's what happened. I mean, they did feminism and the world changed, right? So they're kind of right. It worked.
A little bit more realistic. So they say, okay, well, whores are on the menu. It's, what? You know, Aaron Clary has a great analogy. It's like you go to a restaurant, you're like, can I have a virgin? We're out.
Why would you want to have sex? The only people who want to have sex with virgins are like predators or people who are sexually like, or bad in bed or like sexually insecure. That's it. I'm sorry, but that's literally it. Right. And like, it's valid. I've been sexually insecure before and I've wanted to like sleep with a virgin because I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I'm going to be any good. Oh, it's fair. But if you're somebody who's sexually experienced and you're exclusively going for virgins, like what are you doing that for? You're a creep. You're a fucking weirdo that's looking for some kind of usually young, vulnerable woman. Nobody wants a 40-year-old virgin woman. Okay, they smell like cat piss. All right. They want like some 18-year-old. They'd probably go younger if the age of consent was lower. A lot of these fucking guys. They want some young girl that they can go and they can take advantage of who's not very, who doesn't really know much about the world that they can take advantage of, yada, yada, yada. That's what they want to do. If you're actually somebody who wants to enjoy yourself, and you get no pleasure out of it either. There's no sexual pleasure out of a virgin. Like, you know what I mean? Unless you don't care about them and you're willing to hurt them while you're doing it. So, sorry, but it's just the fucking truth, dude. So, I don't know. You should be very weary of people who want a virgin. It's fucking creepy shit.
Less than 5 bodies? Huh? We're out.
Okay.
Could I have a good woman? Now, I'm not saying...
Listen, man, if you're a man and you can't find a good woman, it means you're not a good man. I don't know what else to tell you. It's literally all I can tell you. Women are fucking... Women can be very stupid. Women are, like, weird, and they want to fix guys that they're with. So, if they don't... You know, I was a very flawed man, and, like, women wanted to fix me. And my wife found me, and she did. And it's pretty cool. And I appreciate that. So I'm a better man now. If women aren't trying to do that for you, you probably suck, and that's okay. That means you can get better. Go be productive. You know what I mean? Get taller and have a deeper voice, and it'll work out for you.
There are good women out there. There are, or at least one's good enough, right? Let's. Women are still women, but there is like a good enough threshold. But statistically, Aaron Clary ran the numbers, and it's less than 5%.
Whoa, 5%?
He ran the numbers of women that don't have a lot of debt, that don't have more than like 5 tattoos. You know, women that haven't done prostitution. He literally breaks this all down. I could find the numbers, but it's less than 5%. So, I mean, that's, if we're being realistic here, that's your odds.
Okay.
So women that rank men as important. I mean, I forgot how we did it. It was a while ago, but yeah.
You seem to not really know what you're talking about a lot of the time.
They create.
She doesn't seem to like really, you know, take in any of the information she hears from people. She's like, yeah, this guy said a cool thing, and I don't really remember that. Okay, cool. Yeah, Brett Cooper, she's like, she kind of just treated Ben Shapiro like shit. I can't really explain it though. Oh, okay. It's crazy. I gotcha.
All bitching with no solution. And I've spoken highly of these guys in the past.
That's true.
And was certainly inspired by many of them.
The problem comes from the schmexual revolution. Both sides but one is realizing the problem first. I mean, it's kind of nature correcting itself in a way. Most men didn't get to reproduce historically, so.
To join in.
Oh, so it's a good thing that men don't get to reproduce now? Oh, it's because they're worthless? Okay. I'm not understanding. What's your complaint then? Wait, so she's saying that women are shitty, and that's why men can't find a partner. But now it's actually a good thing men can't find a partner, because that's the world correcting itself. That's nature correcting itself, because not all men should be able to do that, because that's not how it used to be. Which one is it? I don't. She's all over the place in her fucking mentality. What are you complaining about then?
Important fight, but my patience and admiration is starting to disappear. Feminism is fundamentally evil, and I'm not going to concede to living a life where we allow it to exist.
Yeah, but we're all benefiting from feminism.
What?
So, it's kind of like saying capitalism is evil and being a bajillionaire. Do you know what I mean? I mean, that's the equivalent of us, in a way, saying feminism is evil. It's like, yeah, but we're all benefiting. I mean, women are, and I don't mean it in the way that society's benefiting. I would say it's not, but I mean, young women get to live the lives of superstars. Now, you might say it doesn't pay off later, and I would say that's true, but at least when we're young,
try to fight these guys.
I mean, women get to live lives that are actually
women get to live lives, guys.
Insane. Yeah.
Exist with no opposition.
You have to be the change you want. Well, if you want to be the change, that's fine, but I like to be honest about the expectations here. If you want to be a good person, because I think a lot of people do things for reasons subconsciously. Like, for example, a woman with a big rack, if she's modest and she expects to get the same opportunity a woman that is immodest gets, she will be disappointed. The woman showing the tits is going to get way more opportunity at work, like everywhere, romantically, professionally. I don't make the rules, but it's kind of the same thing with men. Unfortunately, women do not reward men being moral. If anything, we don't reward it. So
why don't you reward men being moral? What does a reward for being moral look like to her? Because again, she doesn't think that men value having kids, despite the fact that a woman is giving you their immortality, or a woman is creating your immortality for you and growing it inside of her, which is a lot of just work on their body, a lot of stress. So like, what do you think men want from people? Like, what are you going to reward? If you're, I don't know if I'm a super moral guy, but I'm, getting better, and my wife rewards me by loving me. I don't know, like taking care of me. It's cool stuff, man. Like, I don't know. What does a reward look like to you? If you're a fucking piece of dog shit, maybe something won't look like a reward to you because you're an asshole. I don't know.
If you do it, and you do it with the expectation that there's probably going to be no reward in this from women, because we're
what's the reward?
Kind of messed up creatures in general, not all. Then at least you go in, but a lot of people are doing it because they're trying, they're expecting to get something out of it.
What? Wait, what? What are they expecting to get? Like, what do guys want? Don't you like have a really big don't you really have like your finger on the pulse? Like, what do dudes want? Like what is it that guys want?
Women can't be the change because they're the bill. You guys are hilarious.
I mean, she did not mince words. And
yeah, I know. And the idea is that God will reward you eternally, right? And I'm not disputing that. I don't know. I can't say. I always think it's interesting. Like, people are, I don't know. We'll see. But
you don't know,
at least on this earth, I think it's run, even under a Christian worldview, it's run by the devil. So it kind of makes sense that the whores get rewarded and the players get a lot of punani. Like, that would kind of make sense.
Everything that she said about the Red Pill Bros, about this community of guys, these attitudes, you could also say that about feminism. You could say that about Alex Cooper. It's like you allegedly saw men that were dating around, that were playing games with you when you were in high school and college, and instead of trying to be better and encourage them to be better and just move away from those guys and try to date somebody who wouldn't treat you like a piece of crap, you decided to just be.
But do you see your language? It's never the women treating the men like a piece of crap.
Well, she's talking about, okay.
If women do something bad, it's always because the men drove them.
She's literally comparing both to each other. When you're saying this, she's making an example with one of them.
Date somebody who, and instead of trying to be better and encourage them to be better, around that were playing games with you and that about Alex Cooper. It's like you allegedly saw men that were dating around, that were playing games with you when you were in high school and college.
Yeah. So right now she's doing a critique on feminism, about how they hate all men because they dated shitty men. But she's also saying that red pill is the same as feminism. That's her whole point. So when you say that, it's never the girl being shit. Like, she's literally doing a 1-to-1 for both of them.
And instead of trying, you decided to just be.
But do you see your language? It's never the women treating the men like a piece of crap. If women do something bad, it's always because the men drove them to do something bad.
Okay.
It's never maybe that you.
So dumb, dude. Come on.
Maybe he treated you like crap. Like, maybe he ghosted you because he thought you were annoying or bitchy. I mean, that's generally how it goes. Or you weren't hot enough. You were shooting too high.
Okay.
I mean, if you want more commitment, date someone uglier. There you go.
What you hate, what you were attacking. Like, how does that actually make it better? How does that make society better or change things for your community, for yourself, for the next generation of men and women? It does nothing. Therefore, if we are going to fix things, we have to find a way forward that does not exclusively revolve around pointing fingers and doing things in a reactionary, bitter way.
Sure. I mean, she's part of the infrastructure that points fingers, but like, I generally do agree with what she's saying.
But
what's your plan, Brett? I'm expecting a plan. Nothing.
Like Billy was saying, needs to take accountability for themselves and their actions, and probably most important.
Brett, this whole conversation, women, there was no accountability for the women. It's like, oh my God.
Not be an asshole to the opposite sex. It really is that simple.
I mean, your whole conversation was just nagging men, Brett. I just listened to you nag for 30 minutes straight.
So now,
what conversation is she talking about?
Final question, and the most important question is, how do we fix this? Where do we go from here? Well, I have messages for both men and women here. Now, women,
see. I'm sure these are going to be extraordinary.
Well, I'm sure that you've already watched.
Let's see.
I'm sure you've already watched them. If you already have like a perspective on it, even if it's a shit ass perspective. So.
And you need to know that men are not monsters. Not all men are bad. And if you respect yourself and you hold yourself to a higher standard, an amazing man will come your way. That is kind of.
So let me get this straight. The women have to hold themselves to a higher standard.
Yeah.
And this is whenever women say things that are vague, there's no like step by step. Like,
I mean, I agree with this. You should all hold yourself to higher standards. Don't settle for less. Act good, and don't compromise. This is one of the biggest ones. Don't compromise putting yourself out in a positive, productive way because somebody you're dating is shit. Like, don't become shittier. Leave them. Don't let yourself be brought down to somebody else's level. just because you're dating somebody less than. Don't let it make you bitter. Don't let it make you worse. Don't let it make you angry. Don't let it make you less successful and less productive. Like, say, no, instead of, don't get with somebody that doesn't deserve to be treated well and then not treat them well. Leave them. You know, be like, I want to treat somebody better because I want to be treated as well as I treat the people I treat. So I'm going to leave you and treat another person better and see if they reciprocate productively. And if they do, I know that's somebody who I could be with. And if they don't, then I just leave them as well. That's what dating is. Don't just get with somebody and settle and act shitty and bitter and angry. Be like, well, and be pissed off. It's your fault. Like, you know what I mean? Like, put as much onto you as you possibly can. The more blame you can put onto yourself, the more you can fix things. You know, so if you find a shitty partner and you start acting shitty, that's your fault. Put the blame on you, because then you could fix it. If you can't fix anything in your life, you're a perpetual victim and you're a fucking loser. Like, don't make yourself a loser. You have a lot of control over yours. You have as much control over your situation as you want to. You know, if you're gonna have a victim complex and a victim mentality, you're not gonna be able to fucking get any better. So keep all these to do that. You know, and I learned the hard way. It's not like I fucking. It's not like I'm perfect. You know, it's just. That's just what it is. Do you think kill his bear?
What does that even mean? And this is conservative women, because again, they haven't studied men.
Wait.
So it's never about what women should do. Their version of holding themselves to a higher
He's a nice bear.
standard. It's like putting
Like a gay guy.
up with less bullshit
Like
and not having sex. Generally speaking, that's because they're both trying to get to the same goal, right? Which is locking down an alpha. The feminist women or the liberal-leaning women, they're just doing blowjob skills and whoring to get there. And the conservative
blowjob skills are pretty cool, man. Not gonna lie.
women are selling purity. They're both trying to get there. But so usually on the right, you know, like you listen to Call Her Daddy, she'll tell you how to suck Gluck 5000.
I mean, I'll tell you, it's important. It's a good idea to learn how to suck dick really good. Right, baby? She knows it. It's a good idea. Keeps you happy, bro. I'll tell you one thing. My wife keeps me pretty empty. It's pretty good stuff.
On the right, they'll just say, don't have sex. It's never very detailed, specific. Where
isn't yours to just be a whore like the women that you criticize?
Where do you go? What do you do? You know.
Works if you put it out there, you will receive. So build up and encourage masculinity. Do not
Okay, like encourage masculinity.
Like, what does that mean?
Does she not see the irony in saying encourage masculinity as she just nagged for 20 minutes straight? Do you
that dude, the masculine urge to deal with nagging wives.
see what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying, because I don't think you know what masculinity is. You're a fucking you're a penisless 28-year-old woman that's like judging a 23-year-old girl on her body like a weirdo, even though it was not even close to like what the prompt is. I don't think you know what masculinity is. To you, masculinity is when a guy hates women. Like, it's not a masculine thing to do. Like, you're stupid. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you don't know what the fuck you're on about. You're just talking. You're saying you're reflecting talking points you don't even understand. And it's incredibly transparent and it's embarrassing for you. That's it. It's all that's literally it. It's fucking boring. It's fucking pathetic. What are you doing?
You can't encourage masculinity when you're telling men what to do.
Why? Why can't? Why? Like, is it not mass? It's like, well, I don't understand. Like, if you're a soldier, you're getting told what to do. Does that make you a little baby? What, I don't understand. And also, listening to your wife is not negative. It's not non-masculine to listen to your wife. Who gives a fuck? All right. If you picked a good partner, if you trust yourself enough and you picked a good partner who you can love, trust, and respect, then her giving input, because you're saying just telling you what to do, her giving input should be a good thing. That's why you picked somebody. You pick somebody good to give you good input, even if it doesn't always agree with you. That's been my experience. You find somebody that you could love and you could trust and you respect, so that they will help keep you on track. And even if you don't agree with them, you could be like, okay, well, I don't agree with what you're saying, but I do trust you, so let's give it a shot. That's the whole point. But I guess it's just, fellas, is it gay to listen to your wife? What?
You can't. That's not part of it.
What?
Okay, learn to love and appreciate men for their.
We can't incentivize purity and punish immorality. Yeah, with what power? Unfortunately, I just don't see the society going any other way. I don't think women. There'll be a civil war, before women give up power. And you know who will fight?
A civil war? Fighting women? What are we, police officers?
These sick men. It's the same way white guys keep shooting. Like, they keep shooting the right wingers.
White guys keep shooting the right wingers. What is she referring to?
It's like
Is she just referring to like Charlie Kirk or something? Like his assassination? Is that what she means?
to eat each other. It's
works and their silliness and their interesting senses of humor. Like, encourage the men in your life to be leaders and help hold them to.
yeah. I mean, again, men leading has nothing to do with women. You can't encourage a leader to lead. He just leads, and you either follow or you don't.
That doesn't make any sense. You're sitting here shaming women for being too masculine. But wouldn't men just be able to lead if regardless of what the woman's masculine? I don't understand. Also, you need to teach men to be leaders. Like, I don't understand. Like, I have to stop saying that. But you need to teach young men to, or people in general, to be productive leaders. If you want them to be leaders, it's a skill like anything else. You need to teach them, right? Like, I was able to learn that. I was a manager at my job, and I was also an Eagle Scout. So these are things that, you know, help you do. They do be helping you be leaders. Not just a boss, like a leader, somebody who also shares in part of the work, has a general understanding of all the jobs, so that, you know, he knows how to do them with efficiency and effectiveness. Oh shit, my fucking horse! All right, I thought he would jump over that, but yeah, you got to teach people. Yeah, it's.
You know what I'm saying? Like, again, women still want to take credit for men leading. It's like so subtle in their language. It's so manipulative.
To a high standard. Now, for men, I also similarly need to say that.
Oh my god! So let me get this straight. She just says, allow men to lead, and now she's about to tell men what to do.
Didn't you just say teach men to lead? Then you just said no, and now you're saying allow. Okay.
How do we not see the contradiction there?
I don't even know.
Women are not the enemy. Not every woman out.
They lead men.
Women women. Pearl is giving me like fucking like. I actually think my brain is hemorrhaging. To be honest with you, like it's just my brain is literally hemorrhaging.
As long as you are leading using my advice.
There is scheming about how she's going to manipulate you and divorce you and take all of your money and screw you over. Like that is not every woman out there. I'm sure that there have been horrible stories of those women, but there are a lot of women who just want a good.
Yes, I appreciate this take. Not all women are out to get you, like the way that like Red Pill makes you feel. I agree with that.
And this is women downplaying male suicide. And I'm
okay, that's fucking crazy.
And
I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's that there, but if you say so.
Serious topic. Men are 8 times more likely to commit suicide after a divorce. The more.
That's crazy. If true, guys. Crazy if true.
Men that you.
What does that have to do with not all women are trying to do that to you? I don't know. Be there for your buddy if he gets a divorce then. I mean, it makes sense to me. You know, for one, men are just better at everything. No, but also, you know, guys aren't usually as emotionally available for each other. But then also, like, when a guy and a girl get a divorce, the guy's usually the one that is less benefiting. Let's be absolutely real. Not even just like from like some financial aspect of it, but like realistically speaking, and this is more traditional, but like let's say you're a guy and you're a girl and you're in a relationship and you're a little, you know, how traditional marriages work. The guy, and let's say you guys fall out of love. What does the guy do? Well, let's say you guys have kids. Mom's probably taking care of the kids. Mom's probably taking care of the home, still doing the groceries and the laundry and the this and the that, and probably working and doing all these things at the same time. So, like, if you guys fall out of love and you're a guy, you could just go out and fuck another girl or whatever. You have your home taken care of. You don't care. If you're a girl, you have a ton of responsibilities that you have to adhere to, and you don't get to have any division of labor in any meaningful capacity. So, for a woman, it's going to be more productive for you to get a divorce, and so that, like, because he's already checked out. And then you're like, oh my God, I just lost everything. Nobody's taking care of my kids, but this or that. The other thing, since she was taking care of the kids more, she has the kids now. I'm not even around my own kids. I'm upset about it. Kind of makes sense to me why that would happen for all these different factors, you know? But if you don't want to have these problems, you don't want your wife to divorce you, then put in the work, bro. I'm not saying it's all men's fault that women aren't a problem either. You know, get some decent couples counseling, but like men have not been taught to contribute as much as women have, realistically, whether you want to hear this or not. In a traditional relationship dynamic, guys just have to go to work and girls have to go to work, take care of the house, take care of the kids. And yeah, there's a lot of responsibility. Take care of you. You want your marriage to last, you have to do as much as your wife does. Or you have to eat pussy really well. Those are your 2 fucking options, guys. It's literally it. All you got.
To encourage to get married. At the end of the day, there's blood on your hands.
Whoa.
Because there are men that will commit suicide using that advice.
Whoa.
It's one thing if they know what they're getting themselves into, they understand it's a risk, but a lot of men have no idea how bad the laws are stacked against them. They don't. So
they're not. They're not really that far stacked against them. Unfortunately, the reason your wife is getting the kids over you is because your wife puts in more of the work for your kids, generally speaking, and you also probably don't want to be bothered. Okay.
For Brett, most women are not going into marriage thinking that they want to divorce scrape their husband. They're not going in thinking they want to ruin his life. But what happens?
Oh, okay. So then you agree with Brett. Okay.
Happens is men have post-nut clarity.
Okay.
So when men
Sure.
sometimes men think they like a woman and then they have sex with her and they start to notice she's annoying, or they start to notice all of these negative traits about her that they did not notice before they hit. Women,
what does it have to do with marriage? What does that have to do with marriage?
On the other hand, we have post-nut clarity, but unfortunately it happens after we get as many kids as we want and we get the guy to marry us.
As many kids as you want? Are you stupid? Like, this wouldn't be some kind of post-nut clarity. This would be like a legitimate conversation about the way that relationships shift based after you have a kid. And it could be a mountain of things. Obviously, your relationship dynamic is going to change because you have kids now, which is going to be a significant stressor. It's something like, it's good, it's rewarding, but it's going to be a significant stressor. There could be hormonal changes for you or her, especially after she gives birth. Dealing with postpartum, or now that you have kids, like, this is a brand new dynamic you can't practice with each other. You know, you could be the biggest feminism expressing man, but in my opinion, the guys who are the most virtuous sounding are the least, they take care of their wives the least when like shit goes down. Like, the guys are like, oh yeah, feminism, women's rights. They're like, they're the last one to be like, oh shit, let me cook dinner for you. You're fucking pregnant. Hey, I'm working all day, and then I come home and my wife is pregnant, like 8 months pregnant, and she hasn't really done a lot. Wow, what a lazy bitch. Instead of being like, oh shit, that's a significant stress on their money. And so, like, that's what'll happen. You'll have kids, and you'll be like, oh shit, I thought this guy was going to do more, and he's fucking lazy. Right? He's not doing 50-50. He's doing, like, he's going to work, and then that's it. He's coming home and barely doing anything and barely being involved. Or maybe he's going and he's doing something that he wants to do, a hobby. And since he makes more money, he feels more entitled to the money, which is ridiculous. If you guys are together, you guys are splitting different types of labor differently. That's what it is, okay? It's not just like, oh, it's post-nut clarity. Women just get what they want. They quit. No, life is much more complicated than that. And you look like a scarecrow. So I just don't... So, like, I don't understand. You're just saying things. You don't have any understanding of anything you're talking about. You're yucky. Oh, shit.
A lot of times when women have that post-nut clarity and realize, oh no, I reproduced with someone I wasn't meant to reproduce with, women have to defend our reputation at all costs. Remember, we had to have a clean reputation in order to survive. It's our programming. So that's why women do the abuse claims, because you always want to give women an...
Always do the abuse claims? Like, all the time? Like, all the time it happens?
Out, if you can, as a guy. Because if you just say, okay, I'm the villain, then she doesn't have to make you the villain. Does that make sense? But it's when you're actually a good guy and people know that you're a good guy, that's when she has to do reputation destruction in order to save her reputation. That's why she calls you a rapist or whatever.
She calls her husband a rapist? That doesn't make any sense to me. I think that something's not adding up here, girl.
And so it's really easy when Brett's not the one taking the risk to say, oh, don't be silly. Not all women are out to get you. Well, yeah, I mean, some women are going to completely destroy your existence and ruin your life. But whatever, there's good women out there. Marry us anyway. It's not really taking men's concerns seriously. And it's really downplay. Like, it really irks me to my core when conservatives downplay how serious this is. This is serious. Maybe it's because they haven't seen what I've seen. But, I mean, I've seen guys on the brink of suicide with nothing left.
Wow. Who, can you give me a name, or are you just making it up?
And it's like the saddest. It's some of the saddest interviews I've ever.
Chat, is it the saddest interview?
I mean, I would tear up.
I'm sure that this happens, but you're making it seem like this is the status quo.
Interviewing some of these guys because they're just devastated.
Whoa, that's sad.
But it's not really, saying, "Oh, tee-hee, marry us anyway," isn't really voicing their concerns. But again, because conservative women, they want a non-traditional marriage. Why would you not as a person want a marriage? Well, of course, women are going to want all the power. Because remember,
the conservative women want a non-traditional marriage? I don't understand that.
The marriage is only traditional as long as she says it's traditional.
What? Listen, here's the reality. There's two types of women who are conservative. There's actual conservative women who believe in conservative values of hard work and et cetera, they're going to be more masculine. They're going to be the ones that are going to work and coming home and like trying to contribute as a breadwinner because they actually believe what is going on, because like they are somebody who is like an economic unit in the system that wants to do well and pay lower taxes. That's somebody like my mother. And then there's something called girlfriend politics. And they do that because they want to be in the submissive role because they just agree with whatever politics that their fucking boyfriend or husband has. Those are your two people that are going to be conservative women. They're going to be more feminine leaning. So that's why you're going to have a diversity in different types of people who identify as conservative women. They're going to either be workers like Brett Cooper, who are actually conservative and have conservative values and are more masculine in different ways, or some fucking other girl. I don't even know an example of a girlfriend. Pearl, maybe Pearl Davis, a girlfriend politics. So she can't find a guy, so she's just struggling. She's saying whatever she can until she finds a guy.
So that's why they don't want to change the laws first. You know, because if you really want a patriarchal marriage, and you know, at some point, enough men will walk away from marriage, and society will start crumbling enough where the lawmakers are going to have to start to cater to men. But you cannot be in a traditional marriage in this country because she is the enforcement arm. She has it. The only way you can be in a traditional marriage is if you have the enforcement arm, but you don't. You can't stop her from getting a credit card and taking out a bunch of debt in your marital name. You can't stop her from...
Well, then you chose the wrong person.
...from ruining your reputation. There's no enforcement. You can't even slap a woman in your own home. It's like they've taken away everything.
What? Yeah, I mean, if you slap a woman, you're probably not going to be able to protect your reputation because there's pretty much never going to be a justifier to hit your wife. Unless your wife starts hitting you or does something to your kids, there's not a justifier to hit your wife. Right? I mean, and even that needs a lot more nuance because it needs to depend on what's going on. But if you're going to sit here and like basically justify hitting your wife, like, yeah, no shit, your reputation is going to go to the shitter because you shouldn't be hitting your wife. What?
I escaped the nagging. My motorcycle brings me more joy than all but my first relationship. But the first one was when I was 17.
She's so weird. I mean, it makes sense though. She used to date abusive guys. I used to like fucking hit her. Like, I don't. That makes perfect sense to me that she would say something like this. Honestly.
For 35 years ago, when I wish Pearl lived in New Orleans. Yeah, I'm not living in that state.
They are good women and they're out there trying to meet you. So get up the courage to go ask a girl out for coffee. Have the confidence to know that if she says no, it might not have anything to do with you. And like Jordan Peterson says, if you want a princess, be a prince. That means you have.
But he's not wrong about that advice. If you want a princess, be a prince. Yeah. You want a princess, be a, whatever. You need to. I mean, it really is to some degree. Like dress for the job you want. She's not wrong about that. You need to hold yourself to a certain standard. It's exactly what I've just been saying the whole time. It's a little less fleshed out, but like, yes, you need to put out an energy into the world if you want that energy back. Jesus fuck. A lot of banging in my house.
Oh my God, Brett, just please stick to politics. Please.
Why? She's right about everything she's saying, and she's referencing a man. Shouldn't that give her more credibility? Don't you like Jordan Peterson?
Please, God, please stay out of here. I can't. Oh my God, that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I mean,
why was it dumb?
A prince. Again, that's acting. That's in a way implying that men need to be prince level in order to get the overweight fives that America is offering.
What are you talking about? She literally said, what? If you want a princess, be a prince. If you want a prince, be a princess. That's not implying that a guy needs to be a super amazing person to get a fat girl, I guess. If you're a fat guy, you're probably going to get a fat girl. Fat girls have nothing to do with this conversation. Unless you like, I mean, even if you like fat girls, it's not even the point. The fact that you go to fat women right off the bat is weird. Why? They're just like, hey, if you want a good person, you need to be a good person. That's what she said. And you're like, well, basically you have to be amazing to fuck a fat girl. I don't know. Maybe she sucks good dick. I don't fucking know. The fuck does her being fat have to do with anything? Damn, I was just fucking running. Holy shit. What does she have to do with anything? This whole thing is so stupid. She's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Have to work on yourself. It means you have to be bold and confident and be a leader and be somebody that she would.
Yeah, that she would want to be with.
She does not see how ironic this is.
Why?
Want to be with, that she would be attracted to. And I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but for a lot of women, that is not being a bitter, angry red pill bro. And on that subject of red pill attitudes, I don't just want to shame this and not give a solution. So I want to
cringe. Thank you.
Offer some sort of alternative or
Damn, I
clarity.
just cut his wiener off. You saw that?
Because I know it's hard out there. I know it's confusing. I know it's very easy to get bitter when you feel like you are backed up into a corner. And so I want to share something with you that was just so wonderful to hear as a woman. It was something that Alex loved hearing. And this is something that Father Mike Schmidt says. And for the last 2 years,
Oh, God, Father Mike Schmidt. Please,
What's wrong with Father Mike Schmidt?
God.
Does Pearl sound like Nick Fuentes? Like the same? Similar. They hung out before, and that's when Pearl said that she thinks that slavery wasn't as bad as people say it was. I'm not kidding. That's what she said. And then she got a lot of heat for that, especially since she has a ton of black people, or she used to have a ton of black people working for her. And then those black people realize that the reason that she employs black people is because she likes black penis, and also because she wants to recreate the slave dynamic, because she would take control of people's channels and give them like 10% of the profit. And they're like, oh, wait a minute. Like, oh, shit, Pearl's actually like super racist and wants to bring like things back to the old days. I'm not kidding. Like, this is like an unironic thing that Pearl like was doing. You could like all of her former employees are really upset. Employees were really upset because of this, because of the dynamic that was going on.
I don't know how Catholics feel about him, but he just gives me weird vibes. He gives me like Jesus influencer vibes.
Oh, okay.
And I've
so
heard a
bad
couple of his videos that were just so simpy. It was just the same old he deserves you. I'm like, do you deserve him? Really?
have gone back to this one homily from Father Mike because I really think that it hits the nail on the head when it comes to masculinity. So
I pray to God, please, Father Mike, please give me something.
This is from his Father's Day homily back in 2023. And basically in this homily, Father Mike lays out the problem that our culture basically just gives men two options. The option of being that chill feminist bro who is just meek and mild and weak and a slacker. Or the other option is someone who is...
What does that even mean?
A feminist bro who's basically beta and cringe. That's what she's saying there. Those are your two options. They're not. There's plenty of other options. You don't have to be one of the two extremes, but that's what... How do you not know what that means? That's what you talk about. Feminist men being cringe all the time. How do you not know what that means? That's like your entire thing that you talk about. What? Is she stupid? Oh, yeah.
Like, you realize over 90% of men are employed.
What the That's not true. But what is we talking about?
And their jobs are harder than our jobs, for sure. Like, it's...
What the fuck is she talking about?
Basically just gives men two options. The option of being that chill feminist bro who is just meek and mild and weak and a slacker. Or the other option is someone who is...
What does that even mean?
Dude, she can't even... Like, I'm playing a video game on the hardest difficulty, by the way. And I'm able to comprehend what this woman is saying more than Pearl is, who's watching the video without anything distracting her. Now, in my defense, I usually... pay more attention when I do stuff like this, but my point is like Pearl can't even absorb the information in front of her fucking face. What are you talking about? She hasn't even finished her point, but she's talking about how you can either be a feminist guy that's basically pathetic, that's her to take, or a super masculine blah blah blah, and then she's probably going to offer a third solution that's more in the middle in some capacity. Probably what she's going to do. Pearl's like, what do you mean feminist men are cringe? She's like unintentionally defending feminist men, but like she hates them, so I don't get it. You realize guys work?
Like, you realize over 90% of men are employed.
No, I don't know where did you get over 90% of men are employed? I don't think that's true. What about babies? Men? I don't even know why I care, because it doesn't even matter. But like, you have to understand something. I don't know where she's getting this statistic from, but like unemployment being 5% doesn't mean that 95% of the population is working. These people are stupid, and you all, and not, well, let me be a little nicer. You guys need to understand what labor force participation rate is. In general, our labor force participation is around 63% in the United States. That means that 63% of the population is participating in the labor force. Other people have exited the job market for various reasons, disability, because they're retired, or because they can't find a job and they exit the labor force, right? 68% of men in the United States specifically are employed. Okay? Although, actually, you know what? I'm going on a whole rant. And for prime age men, 25 to 54, it's 89%. Okay. Maybe that's what she's getting it from. Okay. You know, maybe I'm wrong about that. It doesn't actually matter. I'm just getting triggered by Pearl because she's so fucking stupid. But, like, what? That doesn't have anything to do with her criticizing guys that are that are fucking feminist guys. I just did a Pearlism. Either way, labor force participation rate is very important. So apparently it's 89% for men, and we'll just say prime age, which is 25 to 54. And then it's 75% for women, prime aged, we'll say. I guess the other ones are working, staying home and taking care of their kids.
and their jobs are harder than our jobs for sure. Like, it's not even an if, and, or but.
Okay.
A brute. And
what does that have to do with anything? What?
uses his strength tyrannically, which he says is akin to this whole red pill ideology. That would be the top.
Of course, I knew he was going to do that.
To
But
what?
again,
You don't even know what she's saying.
Remember, even women just have too much money. That's why they always give in.
What does that have to do with anything?
We make 80% of the buying decision. No one gets paid.
Who cares if women make 80% of the buying decisions? You know what that means? That they buy the forks for the house and they get to choose what color the couch is. Like, guys don't care. I don't give a fuck what my couch looks like. My wife does. So I know I need a couch. That's it for the most part. Well, actually a couch is probably something that you're going to be more on top of. But like, I don't care what color my house is. I don't care generally what furniture we have, as long as it's comfortable. I don't care about anything. I care about like stuff that matters. I want my car to be comfortable. I want it to be comfortable in my own house. That's it. My wife cares about the rest. So when you say like, oh, 80% of buying decisions, what buying decisions are we talking about? What am I doing here? Like, what are we referring to? What decisions? They're not relevant, meaningful decisions that guys care about, rather. They're meaningful. We don't care. We let women do it because we don't give a fuck. That's it.
It's not for women's money.
Toxically masculine side of things. So just take a listen to what he says here.
Our culture offers young boys two alternatives, two visions of what it is to be a man. And one is, he called him the slacker dude. The slacker dude is what we might call like the weakling. He's the passive person. He's not just kind of a nice guy.
I know, but why do men slack? Why would they do that? Because they're put in school from a young age that doesn't reward them for it, for working hard. You know, it's like...
What? Why do you think that? What?
When women have to work half as hard and are still getting all the valedictorian spots.
What? So what do you talk about?
Maybe it's not the men. Maybe it's the system that they're in. And
I agree, but you're stupid and don't know what you're talking about. So the issue isn't men aren't getting rewarded enough in school. The issue, in my opinion, is that school can be difficult for guys to do well in, because I don't know if the structure is something that young boys benefit from. I think for young guys, we have a lot of energy. I'm not a young guy anymore, but when I was a young man, I had a tremendous amount of energy. It was hard to sit through class, so they put me on Ritalin, right? Like, that's probably not super productive. Whereas young girls are easier. They're more docile. They're just easier to fucking raise. That's why they're probably smarter, because it's easier for them to get through school because schools are set up in a certain structure, where for young boys, it's not necessarily super congruent. That's the issue. But you've made up like like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know the issue that's like going on with like young men, that when it comes to getting through school, you're just talking. You just say things.
two, why is this idea that men are the slackers when women are way more unemployed than men?
Well, women are probably staying home and doing things like taking care of their kids.
And no, they're not having kids. The birth rate's falling. So
birth rate's falling. Guess what? They're still having kids. The birth rate's falling, and the labor force participation rate for women is going up comparatively. So, what?
Like, if anything, like, why are we calling the men the slackers? It's the women that are slacking.
Person who, like, not only, couldn't hurt a fly or wouldn't hurt a fly, but he couldn't hurt a fly. The opposite vision that our world offers is what Dr. Leonard Sachs calls the brute or the bully. We would say that's the toxic masculine man, right? The person who just like the tyrant, basically. And so these are the two images that our world gives young men. It says either you can be the weakling or the tyrant. You can either be the slacker dude or you can be the brute, the bully.
And from there, he says, you might think that Jesus would want you to be the meek and gentle man rather than being the tyrannical brute, but really it's neither of these options, because what culture is presenting you with, neither of them are good.
It's just so much words and saying nothing.
She's so dumb. She's literally an idiot, dude. She's saying that there is a middle ground, that you should be like a guy who is like in the middle, being a meek little bitch or being a brute of a man. You're supposed to be somebody that's more just more productive than that. That's the whole point of what she's saying. It's not a particularly hot take. It's actually, it's correct, and like it's correct. No shit. It's an obvious take. If anything, you can criticize it for being basic, but yeah, that's it. Yeah. Where does this go? I hate this.
How you are designed to be is a man who is strong enough to care and serve others. But that first...
Okay, see, the masculinity that benefits women. Who does serving others benefit?
That's like one of the traditional tenets of masculinity, is to take care of your family. What?
When really, femininity at its core is women serving men.
I don't even know how to talk. I mean, just because you look like a man doesn't mean you know what it is to be a man. Men get pride out of taking care of their family. I don't understand. Like, this is a pretty basic fucking thing. That's what, I mean, I think that's one of the tenets of being a good man, is taking pride in taking care of your family. That's the whole point. Like, I don't know if it's the whole point, but like, that's what I do. I take care of, like, you know, my mother, my mother-in-law, shit like that. You know, that's kind of like one of the big points, dude. You take pride in it. You should, I mean, you should be. I think you should be. You know, I don't see like an issue with that.
So it's women being helpful to men. It's not men being helpful to women. But women, again, they want an inverted version of traditional relationships, which is fine if that's what you want. I mean, I'm not here to police your life, but I don't
kind of sounds like you are.
Like being sold on one thing when it's another.
This requires taking responsibility and ownership over your life. It's taking responsibility for who you are as a man. This is what he says.
I now, a marker of adulthood, is I'm now willing to take responsibility for myself. And how do I say it like this? I'm willing to develop my strength. I'm willing to develop my own competence.
Okay, fine, men being competent.
I'm taking responsibility for
But again, who does men being competent benefit?
Them? What? Who does it benefit? Sorry, I'm just like shocked by this idiot. Who does it benefit? It benefits them. Does it not benefit a man to be competent? You need to be competent in yourself. Like, you yourself need to be competent. I'm not saying confident. I'm saying competent. You need competence to be able to be productive. Who does it benefit to be What should guys be? I'm so confused. What should a guy be if not competent and capable? What the fuck is she talking about? She's just disagreeing with Brett Cooper just to disagree with her. She's just like, oh yeah, well, meh, meh, meh. You're at the point now, Pearl, the fucking the grifter, the grifting little fucking, you know, red pill pick me girl, is now saying that is questioning why guys need to be competent. Does that make any fucking sense to you? Why wouldn't you want to be competent? That competence would give you more sexual selection by her own argument. This whole thing, she's just so fucking stupid, dude. Oh my God.
Whenever the woman does not have a benefit from it, it's shamed when it comes to traditional masculinity.
Oh my God.
Him banging a bunch of women, that does not benefit the women. Him being competent, that benefits the woman.
What?
It benefits him too, right?
You get banging a bunch of women gives you fucking AIDS. I don't understand. How does that benefit you?
Could say, but you'll notice that's the shaming language that churches do. But they never tell women to not do the things that benefit them. Like women,
what?
Holding out on marriage benefits women.
The church teaches you to get married as young as possible, though. At least the more traditional aspects of it. So what are you talking about?
You know, moving from your high school and not marrying your high school sweetheart and finding a higher earning or a more established guy in the city or at work or whatever, that benefits women.
What?
However, which one is shamed?
What are you talking about?
I never hear conservatives shame women for not marrying young and having children young. I never.
That's like, what are you, oh my God. What are you talking about? That's, they do. That's one of their biggest tenets is like, get married young. They say to guys and girls. What are you talking about?
Hear it.
I can't believe I have to research this whole fucking thing.
It's not normally, right? But I do hear them shame men for doing the Andrew Tate model.
Yeah, because he's a fucking piece of shit predator.
Developing my own competence. I'm taking responsibility for developing my own strength. I'm becoming a man. But there's another level.
And whenever it's becoming a man is always the...
Also, what I find really interesting about this, too, is Pearl complains because she doesn't feel like women get enough like criticism. But if we live in a male-dominated world where men are the most important things in the most important things in that world, and they're the most like influential and most impactful, wouldn't you expect to see more criticism onto men then? Oh yeah, men rule, girls drool. Wait, why are the male leaders getting more? Why are they getting so much more like criticism than all the females? It's so confusing to me. Wait a minute. Oh wait, I thought the men were leaders. Wouldn't that be your reason why? What? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Which one is it? Are men leaders or what? Where do we go from here? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You would expect that if guys were these massive influential leader types, that they would be the ones that get the criticism more because they're in charge. Leaders get the criticism more than, followers. That's how things work. Have you ever worked a job before? If you're the boss and something goes wrong with one of your guys, guess who's going to get more shit? you're gonna get more shit than the guys that fucked up under you, because it's your responsibility to lead them. That's the way that it works. I'm not saying we shouldn't criticize women, but based on her own worldview, you shouldn't criticize women. That's your worldview. Women are just stinky little dumb babies by her logic. So that by your logic, it makes more sense to criticize men. You know, don't criticize a woman for not listening to men. Criticize the man for not being able to get the woman to listen to them, right? That's how it would be. That's your logic.
The things that benefit women.
I love that I'm moving.
That's why
I'm not doing
they don't
anything.
like men on social media.
This game's so bugged.
They'll shame that too. And it's because that gives them access to more punani when they're front facing. We just love men with microphones. We love it. See all these Nick F edits lately? Are these women like, we love, I mean, Destiny was banging half of conservative media. I mean, that shows you how powerful a microphone is to men.
Level of adulthood, another level that's just incredible. It takes responsibility for others. And that's the difference between becoming a man, I take responsibility for myself, and becoming a father.
There you go, the father that benefits women.
A shepherd.
Wow. What? Shouldn't fathers... The father that benefits... If you have a daughter, wouldn't you want to be a father that benefits women?
I'm willing to take responsibility for someone else.
Yeah, right. But what is responsibility without authority? Men have no problem taking up responsibility. They don't. But you are saying...
every time he says that you should do that, you're telling us men to have a problem with it.
You shame men for not taking responsibility when society does not give them authority. And conservative and leftist men, they shame men for not wanting to take a bad deal. When you are responsible for someone, but you have no authority or enforcement to tell them no.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, you're basically enslaved to that person.
And from there, he says, you can then serve...
Oh, I mean, I guess that's how women feel when they feel like they don't have any ability to say no, huh? But you just said we should rape women before, so it's kind of crazy.
And take care of others, which we see in pack animals all the time. And I love that this was the analogy that he used. Take a listen.
In subsequent studies, subsequent research have actually studied primates and wolves and other animals in the wild. And the alpha of the pack, the alpha of the group of primates, of gorillas, or of any other kind of, they weren't the ones who just dominated. They weren't the ones who just took whatever they wanted. It was almost the opposite. The alpha male of the group was the one who took care of the others. The alpha male actually in the wild.
Yeah, and they try to reframe it, right?
What do you mean they try to reframe it? He's not reframing it, though. Like, what he's saying is, like, alpha men need to be leaders. They need to lead, and they need to make sure that the other people that are in their pack are taken care of, too. They don't make selfish decisions and do whatever they want, like Pearl thinks men should do, fuck a bunch of girls. They do what they're supposed to do, and they try to make decisions that benefit the group. That's what they're saying. And yes, I agree with that. I agree with that mentality. That's what I think a man should do. But Pearl doesn't think a man should do that. Pearl just thinks men should do whatever the fuck they want and women should be subservient. But these people don't understand what it means. Like, for a man to be a leader, it's not you do whatever you want. It's like you are literally you're supposed to do everything for other people. You're supposed to have the ability and capacity to lead and teach other people to lead by example and do the right thing for the group and make the hard decisions. It's not just fuck yourself around and do whatever the fuck you want and come in whatever you want. She just doesn't get this.
You know, the thing is, people always want you in their group. And the reason they want to do that is because then they can categorize you. So if you're categorized in that group, then they can, take it down. Or the other reason is they have more control than if you think for yourself. And that's part of actually what Red Pill teaches, is it teaches men how to think for themselves. And it has like mental models that are really actually really helpful. We can go over those a different day, but.
The alpha male was the one who served, the one who made sure everyone had food, the one who made sure everyone had protection, the one who made sure everyone had shelter. In fact,
cool. I like that.
I remember a psychologist describing this and saying,
giving men very mixed signals. So if you want to listen to the entire thing, we'll have it linked below.
All right, I'm done with this. Oh, I'm going to kill myself.
Wow, she watched like 2 seconds of it and then that was it. She's such a baby.
I demand a super chat right now.
Pearl just did a horrible job. Just to be absolutely clear, Pearl just watched like this video, said whatever men wanted to hear to make them feel good, and is now demanding money. I want you to explain to me why that doesn't make her the same as an OnlyFans girl. Explain that to me. Seriously. She wants to get paid for making you feel good about yourself. Interesting. With her smug fucking look on her face. Wow.
I demand it for being tortured with that. I demand it. I don't know who, but somebody's going to send me $5. I demand it. This is a demand. This is This is
I think Pearl could do the I think that she could do the what is it called? Femdom, something like that. I think that she could pull it off. She's not like conventionally attractive, but she has like a masculine energy about her. So if she's like, you better give me money right now. I think it could. I think some guys could get off to that. I think that she can make that her new grift. She could probably make more money doing that. Honestly, you know.
A demand,
because like some of these guys, like they have a lot of money. I'd say like the guys with like a lot of money who have control over their life and they're too much of bosses. Like they have too many opportunities to be bosses. They want to find somebody to like dominate them in like a controlled space. And she's not like a conventionally attractive person. She's very masculine looking, and like I think that there could be like other elements there, like almost a disgust element. And the guys would be like, "Oh my god, like they pay a lot of money for this." I'm just saying, dude, she could pull it off. I'm telling you, she could pull it off, bro. She could pull it off.
and we're gonna be here all day. The red pill is just the truth. I don't really like to put it that way.
You sat here and advocated for this shit the whole time. Hey, red pill all the whole time, and now somebody's like, yeah, red pill's just the truth. Nah, I don't think so. What do you believe in? What does she believe in?
Because I would say I liked Rollo's definition, where it's the study of human behavior.
What?
Because when you say the truth, the problem is then religious people they tend to hijack it, and they all have their own version. Which
what?
I understand. I've interviewed really deeply religious people.
Okay.
But it's very difficult to have a conversation about the study of human behavior when you add in the truth. It just always goes down.
Well, if this is truly a study of human behavior, wouldn't it be the truth if there is empirical data that backs you up?
Like a rabbit hole. I have no problem with people trying to go down it, but we just want to stick to what is and not debate like religion. But it always just goes down. Thank you, $10 super chat. Thank you. That's what I need. I'm just saying, like, pay a bitch, you know, for making it through that. That was so long.
I guess I can't get through here. I guess I'll have to wait till later.
Simps coming to Pearl's emotional rescue, if that's what you want to call it, but I deserved it today. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back on Saturday. Sunday, we're not doing a show. And I'm actually going to go through and react to some of the debate I did yesterday. I know some of you felt like I should have did it a different way.
Yeah, well, I don't care. That was trash. Thanks, though.